Hi, I'm the Wandering Newbie. More Record Keeper. Today, part 1 of Anniversary Big Bash time. We're starting off with, third anniversary is here, but it's not all here. So we won't be doing a video on the event itself, because I'm gonna wait till like literally everything is here, and then just do everything in one fell swoop. But we do have something else pretty important to take care of. And that's right, baby. Wait, my transitions don't work. Game, OBS, please. It's just, there it is. And it's just not showing up. There, okay, there. Banner review. Thanks, OBS. Also, thank you, Jessarm, for the bits. OBS is a fickle mistress. Before now, let's get this, I'm gonna pause this. Get that music away. Joining me today is Crom.
Good evening, everyone.
Because it's always better to have a second opinion, especially when my opinions are a little biased.
I like to call them wrong, but either or.
I mean, tomato, tomato.
Yes, right, and Crumb's right. Yeah, you're right. I like this a lot. Let's go forward.
Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna start the soundtrack on the side. See the volume on that.
Now, you said a chill soundtrack, and I was really worried. Like, it's gonna be a super chill soundtrack. Hit Sonic music for 3 hours, and just have that blaring in the background the whole time. In which case, I might try to strangle you the next time I see you.
Nah, Katamari. This screen will be a very good thing to actually show the general. Which, for Banner 1, there's only one new edition that hasn't existed before the festival. But it's kind of important, and we'll get to that very quickly. So, as it says down here, the Banner 1 is kind of the support banner. It's a lot of stat boosts and things like that.
Support and healing.
Yeah, there we go. I can get right down.
Really, it focuses on party going fast, some healing, and also a bunch of like defensive and offensive buffs. It has a little bit of holy-esque damage in it, but most of it's really just focused on making your team better at what they do.
Yep. And starting off with that, we have the new item on the banner, which is the Divine Veil Grimoire, which is Tyro's USB 3. Technically, if you count Fantasy Unbound, since that is technically a USB. But it is his Sentinel Grimoire with Protect, Haste, and Shell slapped on top of it. I'm gonna turn this music down a smidgen.
Yeah, while he's doing that, this is pretty much the head company saying, hey, we're really tired of just having a unique on these banners with BSBs and OSBs and USBs and such. So we're going to make that better.
It also does the job of making Tyro unique, again, in that regard, because you could just bring Y'shtola for that, if you were lucky enough to grab her stone skin as well.
Yeah, it's okay. In 2 months, she'll have hers as well. It'll be great.
Finally. They'll finally give Y'shtola a USB.
Yep. The other one doesn't count. It's like a super
What other
best. One? Yeah, exactly.
She's never gotten one.
Oh, man.
Anyway. It's great. It's very good. It's very strong. There is a bit of a contention with it in terms of higher end content, because in most of those they force you to bring a wall. And at that point it's like, what is this going to do for me? At that point it's just Protect, Shell, and Haste, which is good, but you could bring somebody else to do that stuff. And
It's not going to be useful universally, but it's going to be useful in enough situations that having it is very much worth it.
for example, referencing Japanese videos, working on the previous event stuff for things like X-Death, it was a little hard to actually figure out a strategy that worked because a lot of the videos just brought this as a roaming warrior. Because, hey, it just does everything you need.
Yeah.
And then I remember that Queen's USB was the shout, but also Riku USB, so that solved that problem immediately.
If you have any of those three, you're in a good spot because you can pick up other things to cover it. But if you haven't picked up Riku USB or Queen USB, or you just don't like those characters, Pyro's a pretty good option as well because he can do everything.
Yeah. Alright. And then finally moving down the list, we have the Zeus Mace for Onion Knight, which is Forbidden Wisdom. It is extremely solid. So I didn't know this did resistance too.
Mm-hmm.
But
they wanted to make it a very unique buff.
Yep.
So that it didn't override other things.
Yep. So it's Mage Mind, Mag Mind Resistance 30, Haste, Fast Cast, so the Allegro status on the entire party. And then he enters EX stage, which is 30% mag and 15 blink. Or, not blink, black.
Whoa, 15?
15 blinks. Really digs into that ninja.
Man, the washing machine will just go into overdrive.
But yes, extremely solid for Magic parties. That just goes without saying. It might be the best Magic buff out there right now. At least until we get the chain buffs that give us the 50% magic buff, which is ridiculous.
It's also on a really good character who can do a bunch of things for you in the middle of those fights as well. So that combination makes it very powerful.
On a really good character that dives to black magic double cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And is also tanky and can use support and a lot of other stuff.
Hold on, I'm going to do something on the side. This is just for me.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep, okay, I can do that. I can get the chat over here on the side. Alright, so now I can see the chat all the time. Anywho, up next is the Burglar Sword, which is Marsh's USB, also a very, very strong support USB. Divine Combo is a 10 single hit, and in Holy and Speed Combo EX mode, which is an attack 30% on him, and every time he uses a night move, Frontline gets cast speed times 3, which is utterly ridiculous.
I have this along with his BSB. He is absolutely pivotal in some fights where anything is even like neutral to holy or earth damage, because he can just rev up your front line to just keep hitting so much faster than before. It gives you great action economy.
The long and short of it just is this makes your entire team go fast if you're running, if you're running a melee team. Obviously, this doesn't work on mage teams unless you put your mages in the front row, and then we're getting real. But it's also only physical cast times 2, so yeah, it just doesn't work. But yeah, no, great on physical teams. I think I've seen people effortlessly beat the Shadow Dragon time limit with this, because you just instantly get a attack up on everyone. You do this, and then everybody go fast.
This plus the addition of Assault Saber really made it a lot easier to beat the time limit thing on the Shadow Dragon.
Up next is Jadagna. Jadagna. We're gonna go with that, which is an Afma USB Overdrive, which is Party Kiraga, Haste, Untyped, Non-Charge 1 instant. So just party-wide instant cast 1. With the Kiraga and Haste, is just it's a good way to start a fight. It's a good way to keep a fight going. It's a great just button to hit anytime it is up and ready to go.
I did not think they'd give something like that to her, but man, is that a good addition to the, I guess, official healer of 11?
Yeah.
There are other people in 11 that can heal, but she's really kind of the sage of the group in that regard, considering she can also summon. So, no, she's good.
There's really not too much you can say about that. It is party-wide instant cast, which is very strong, with a haste and a Kiraga attached to it. It's very solid.
Yeah.
Up next, we got the Fairy Bow for Rosa, which is Benediction, which we use all the time in multiplayer because it is fantastic, especially on the person it is on.
Exactly.
So it's an instant Kiraga with Magic Blink 1 and a stock 2k HP. So will, 9 times out of 10, max everybody out unless the attack that you just took was knock everybody to 1 HP. Then you'll be a little under. But the fact of the matter is that it's an instant Magic Blink with a heal and stock HP on top of it.
Now, this originally was not on this banner, correct, Newbie?
Yes, I think they moved something for Morrow off. They moved somebody that we hadn't gotten.
Yeah, one of those 3 characters that are in Final Fantasy Beyond Realm or whatever. Yeah, okay. Well, the point is, this was put in place of that, and man, if you don't have this, this is a great addition because, as Newbie said, this is an amazing ultra on a person who has Wrath access. Rosa by herself can be a healer for most of your Magicite or ultra high-end content things or anything else, and she can easily cover healing. This is a very, very powerful item.
Yeah, she gets the job done with this.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people running like Apex Crystal Tower fights and stuff like that with just her, with just Wrath, just wrathing up in every third turn, firing off Benediction.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly a solid strategy when you're throwing out 6k heals every third turn.
Yeah, 6k plus another 2k on top of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like generally, she does 4k.
Oh,
or
fair
like
enough.
4.6,
Okay.
and then the 2k on top of it. And then, you know, the Magic Blink, which is just free HP.
Yeah. It's just a very powerful item. I don't know if it's the best of the best in terms of instant healing, but man, is it on a good person for it with that Wrath access. So that's, I could gush about this for the rest of the banner, but let's not do that.
It's really the Wrath access that makes it so good.
Yeah.
Because, you know... Alright, yeah, I had to check. Not appearing on this banner is Penelo, which has the physical version of this.
Yeah.
Which is still very good, but less good because Penelo doesn't have Wrath access, but also alternatively still pretty good because Penelo has Dance access, so you could run her as a support instead, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Up next, the Kiyomori Katana for Ramza, which is his second burst battle cry, which is Shout Plus. It's Shout with an Inholy attached to it, and I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. We're going to hit the burst commands. Command 1, I love this. They don't know what it's typed. They're not sure. Because all it is physical single target. Oh wait, no. Why does this say !/support?
It might not be technically physical.
No. It's no. That's the whole big thing. I think they got these the things for the commands reversed.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because command 1 is extremely it's physical and it is it's support typed.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, command 2 is ? Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's reversed. Command 1 is support, which is a big thing for Ramza actually, because that finally gets something for his 10% support boost on his legend dive to use that on. This move hits outrageously strong.
Yeah, but it has that caveat of not being able to build support meter.
Yeah.
Or soul break meter, excuse me.
Yeah. I think I took this to an Ultimate Double Plus admission once and just watched it melt the boss. It was crazy. And yeah, to counteract that, he has a Command Wrath on ability 2 that doesn't have an attack down.
Yeah, so it's Wrath Plus. Just much like with Tyro's USB at the top, they were getting really tired of releasing Shout, so they made Shout a little bit better.
They made,
I'm okay with
Shout
this.
Plus.
Yeah, Shao Plus. I'm okay with this BSB because the commands are really nice and such, and the end holy is really nice, but it's not something that's going to shatter the game.
Okay, you say that until a couple months down the line where they actually buff ramps that have Knight 5.
Yes, I understand that's going to happen, but I still think that's going to shatter the game just because he's in a realm with a whole bunch of other knights that also do that.
Yeah, but it's going to be really nice when you just slap Assault Drive.
Assault Saber on him? Yeah,
Assault Saber
I get
on
you.
him. And really use that in Holy to good effect. But yeah, moving on. I don't know if this is actually on the item description, but Linen Curtis A. Which is heavy armor. Though, like, you look at the icon for it, and it's like armless armor. And it looks like a tank top armor.
That's pretty much what that is.
Yeah, the first time I like actually looked at it, and I'm like, why is this heavy armor? But anyway, heavy armor from Marsh. Burst is Knight combo, which is 8 single target holy hits with a party-wide attack mind buff, which is very nice because attack mind is outstandingly rare. In fact,
I also use this because I have both this and his USB, and being able to toggle back and forth between the two of these with the bonuses you get from the burst command, which is a little bit further down, it's staggering how much use you can get out of Marsh just based on having those two items.
Yep. And then the commands for it. Command 2 is a 2-hit. Is it a single target 2-hit? Okay, yeah. I guess a lot of the Sentinels usually are.
Yes.
2-hit single
both his
target.
commands are single target.
Yeah, with a very potent hit on it. To mention, 125 is actually pretty big for a burst command. With Sentinel attached to that. Command 1 is a 3-hit single target with Knight plus 15% for 3 turns.
Yes.
So again, another thing that combos really well into Assault
Saber.
God fuck. Yeah. Okay.
Assault you're trying
Saber.
To catch me in something.
No, I had already forgotten. Assault Saber or Guardbringer. Guardbringer works too because he does have that Sentinel. So
if you only had this BSB, you could even, if you wanted to, use the command 1 and start using the Earth commands. But I don't know necessarily if that's the best option because you could do the Earthbringer combo as well.
Yeah, because I can think actually. Wow, they actually built this really well. I can have all the bursts up here and the burst commands down here. Anyway, yeah, because it doesn't in-holy him, so you're not locked into the holy commands. It's just that his burst itself is typed holy, but it's also non. All the moves are non, so you can work this into anything that resists holy and use the earth moves instead, so on and so forth. In fact, I'd say a Marsh with earth commands wouldn't be that bad for Lightning Magicite.
He'd be a really good thing to fit in because you need those certain buffs and you want to really get certain things going. Other people can probably fit in better, but it just depends on your relics.
Yeah, it's a matter of what you get. Anyway, for the next burst, Offma returns again with Aristocat's Crown. Realignment, Party Curaga, Party Cura, which is weak for a burst, honestly. I say that, but then fucking Kupo Cure is down here with also Cura, but I'm fairly sure that these are usually Curagas. But either way.
It's because of the secondary thing there.
Yeah, Magmind 30% is very powerful. I can tell you as somebody who uses Yuna all the goddamn time. In fact, funny thing I should mention Yuna, because her commands are very
reminiscent.
This is not a good start to these 2 hours.
It's okay.
Reminiscent to Yuna. Her command 1 is a single target heal and activate. With the command 2 without activation is just Medica. Once activation is on, command 2 is a Medica with a 2-hit single lightning non. With command 1 being a 4-hit single lightning non with another single target heal on it. So you can actually, if you're just single target healing, keep cycling command 1 on and off and get bonus damage on top of your single target healing.
So the odd thing about this, the commands, is that she's doing white lightning damage, which is, I think, the only real thing about it, or unique thing, or the only white lightning damage out there. In addition, if you're comparing this to Yuna's very, very similar burst, Aphmau is single target, Yuna's AoE. Otherwise, they're almost the exact same.
Yep. And V-Prisoner actually brings up a good mention in the chat that should be specified. All of Aphmau's commands are white, as opposed to Yuna, where they're summon.
Yeah.
Well, they're summon after you activate... Her command 2, her command 1 is always summon. Her command 2 starts out white until you are active, and then it turns into summon.
Yes.
Which is stupid.
Maybe? I don't know. I'd have to look at it. The point is, Aphmau is always on the white line. So that's, if you want to do double casting white stuff, that's good stuff.
A good question, and luckily, I have, this is the other reason that I started the game up, is because now that they exist, we will probably have to reference Legend Dives. So I am going to bring up Aphmau's because somebody in the chat mentions, does Aphmau have one of those bad healer Legend Dives? Which is pretty much, does Aphmau have a Legend Dive that doesn't give you double cast?
Double cast, or like the growing intensity heals based on the number of uses and such.
That's not a fantastic dive.
Does she have the resist all?
No. Begin the battle with re-raise, reviving the user, restoring HP, a large amount of HP. That's it. She just starts the battle with re-raise. Oh, actually, no. This is actually a bit better. When the user is revived by re-raise, they also gain a shield that enables them to avoid one physical or magic attack.
Yeah.
So she does get a hit in there, where she won't explode instantly. But yeah, there could be better things on your Legend Dive. I think we can all agree. Am I going to review the free select? I guess we should, yeah.
Yeah.
And that should be up by the time we're done, so we won't even have to use a browser.
It's up in 17 minutes.
Well, perfect.
Dating this thing. Anyway, let's keep going then, because we got a lot of stuff to get through.
Yeah, we got a lot to get through. Next up, we mentioned it, is Iris with Kupo Core. God, what is it about that phrase?
Kupo Cure.
The Moogle plushie, which is a nice thrown mind weapon. Just specifying that one because that is nice.
Yes, I use this all the time because it's really helpful for Riku when I have her USB, because it's the best mind booster I can get.
Also, yeah, Kite, that's the, Yuna's commands are typed summon, except for her command 2, which is white and then summon. And I know that specifically because I think it was the Tactics Torment, I ran her with the double cast summon materia in order to do more AoE damage to the demons. But anyway, Kupo Cure is Party Cura. God, that's also fucking me up. Status Blank 1 and Stone Skin 30. So it is a very nice way to protect your team. She'll get that up. You won't get status effects. You also have a shield afterwards. The commands are pretty standard. She has Instant Curaja on command 1 and a Medico on command 2.
Yeah. It's pretty much just Jola's burst, except she dropped her Curaga down to a Cura and pick up Status Blink instead.
Which, that's a good trade.
Yeah. And then if you happen to have both of them, you just bring one, you bring Iris to ones that have status effects, and you bring your Stola to ones that don't. So even if you didn't have your Stola, this is still a great burst to bring along anyway, because Iris is an excellent healer.
We frequently bring this to multiplayer fights. It's very powerful. Last burst, Fairy Tale Rod for Mog, which is Burst, Love, Serenade, a Mag Mine 30%, and Haste.
Yeah.
So pretty standard, not a lot, blowing you out of the water. And then Mog has that very, very odd, weird mixture of shit that he does. He has an instant Curaga with high regen on command 1. And then command 2 is a very potent single target holy hit that also does mag minus 50%.
Yeah, Mog just wants to remind you that he's going to hit max damage once.
Yep. And then also you can bring dances on him as commands. It's a very good, it's like an oddly good support burst.
Yes. It's so that he can bring dances as his commands, like you said, and then he snaps out this burst, and then he can also be a spot healer if you need him to.
Yep.
Or really hit one thing's magic.
Yep, and you generally build Mog as a healer for this because both commands are white, so no weird hit there. And yes, on a legend dive, Mog gets chance to Medica when you dance. I think it is chance. I'm going to double check and just make sure that it is chance and not 100%.
Yeah, it's chance. It's not a 100%. No.
Yeah, that would be a bit broken.
It's pretty much Sunbath. From the chat, 35%.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice for what it does. And that's it for our bursts. And then we just move on to the legend material, which we can fire out real fast.
Oh, yeah.
Keeper's Hat, Archival Secrets, Untyped Charge 2 at the start of the fight. It's good. It's very good. I use it all the time. It gets your whatever that you brought Tyro to do out immediately.
I definitely wish I had this. It's very good.
In fact, like, if you're going fast enough, and if Tyro is also your haste, you can fire off your first move and then have him use the Roaming Warrior, or have him use the Roaming Warrior and then fire off Wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can just have him do both the Roaming Warriors, which is a very powerful thing for him to do. Or have him use Wall and then have him dance instantly the next turn. Like, there's so many things that you can do with this. And on that subject, you have the Onion Knight with the Onion Cape, which is the same goddamn thing.
Yes.
Now, there are slightly less things that the Onion Knight can do, but he does have support
5.
5. God, I don't know why I had to think about that.
Remember, he's got 5 of everything that he has skills in.
Well, he has 3.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. So he can get any debuff off pretty fast, chained off of that. Or again, he can do his move and go into the Roaming Warrior. Do these non-charge LMRs come back anytime soon? Really don't know. I don't look that far.
I would be shocked if the Onion Knight's USBs, along with his legend material, don't show up on the next festival or close to it.
Or on the next 3 banner. I can see them showing up in the next 3 banner. Tyro's, it's random when his shows up.
Yeah, the festivals are usually the best chances to pick up Tyro stuff, so I'd expect his stuff to just keep hitting during festival time.
Yep, I could see his Elmars returning next fest.
Yeah. And in reference to the Onion Knight thing, if you have either of his USBs and this thing, it is an absolutely broken combination.
Up next, Rasmo's True Hero, which is... So it's a little different. It's Untyped Charge 1, but starts the fight with a full ATB. So whatever you're bringing Ramzo to do, it will happen right at the start of the fight, so like 0.03 seconds into it. How fast can you hit the button? That is how fast it will come out.
And if you really absolutely have to get the ball rolling right away in a fight, that can save you a whole 1.5 seconds of charge times, because he'll just instantly be able to snap out a haste or something. Yeah,
that's the big thing, is being able to get a haste out instantly is fantastic, because a lot of dead time at the start of fights is waiting for your haste to actually charge up to fire off, so on and so forth. Our friend Rob actually has this and nothing else on Rasmo, and still uses Rasmo all the time, because that instant getting off whatever at the start of the fight is very strong.
Yep.
Final one is Alphma with Court Secrets, which is a 25% chance of single target white heals to just have stock 2k.
This is awesome.
It's very strong. She never has to bring Curata, pretty much.
Yeah. This is also would be able to combo in with her burst command if you're just using command 1 over and over and over again, because those are single target heals. So she can be hurting and healing at the same time.
Yeah, it's
and also buffing powerful people. So it's just, there's a really good synergy with the BSB and that.
Yep. And overall, I think we can take a look at the whole banner. As stated at the beginning, it's just an extremely powerful support banner. Like, there's really not much more you can say about it. Everything on here, I don't think there's anything bad on this.
And the only thing that would be bad is if you had something that did something very similar to this and you just didn't want to worry about getting the same thing.
Yeah, I think, like, for me, hitting Alphmas.
Yeah.
And I have Yuna, Dove. So there's that. But even more so, in that case, I could say, oh, well, now I have this in Realm for 11.
I think the worst quote-unquote thing about this banner is it has so many things on it that are really hyped or have been on really powerful banners before this.
That a lot of people
many people have a lot of dupes on this banner. For example, I've got 5 dupes. Not because I was aiming for certain things, but just it happens to work out. That I've got Aphmau Iris's stuff, I've got Onion Knight's Legend Materia, and other stuff. So if you've been pulling on important things, unfortunately you might have too much stuff on this banner for it to be a good idea to pull.
Yep. I'm lucky, I only have 2 things on this.
Yeah. I'd say, geez, I'd really take a look on this banner if you're at like 3 dupes or less and you need some buffs. This is a great banner to come to.
3 dupes is, I think, the cutoff for this because...
Jeez, I could even see 4 depending on what you got. I know.
4 dupes is always really pushing it.
There's just so much good stuff on this banner for build-up. If you have a lot of buffs already, that would also detract from this banner. It really just comes down to what you got.
Like, if you already have, like, Shout, like, yeah, Battlecry's great, but, like, I have Shout. I'm not grasping for Battlecry. I have Shout. That gets the job done. I have Yuna, so I'm not grasping for realignment. It's the same goddamn thing.
Yeah, but just looking at this banner, all the legend materials I would be very happy having. It's not something that's like, well, yeah.
I go Alphamas is like I could give or take, but
yes.
If you like, even if you don't have stuff for them, untyped non-charge is such a strong way to start any fight, and all the characters that they come on do so many other things.
They're all support 5s. That can really be a huge boost.
They're all support 5s. Tyro's Dancer 5.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
Yeah, they have, these characters have a lot of utility. Let's go with it that way. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with having untyped charge too. So from top to bottom, I really like this banner.
Yep. And,
now let's go downhill from here because it's not because the other banners are bad. It's just this one's really good.
Yep. So this one, if you didn't catch the little theming that was down there before I clicked it, I'm just gonna reposition this a little bit. There we go. This is the Ice and Lightning banner.
Oh man, there's good stuff on here. Hey newbie, what's that weird thing at the top that says Arcane?
We already know what Arcanes are.
I know, but weren't we supposed to learn about it on this festival?
We were. Actually, that's a good thing that just brought up on this one. Okay, so yeah, here is the one downside of the support banner that thing just brought up for me. Nothing on it is elemental boosting.
No, there's End Holy on Marsh's USB.
There's an In Holy, but none of the items boost elements.
Oh, gotcha. No, that's fair.
So yeah, that's I think the one downside I can say about that banner.
Yeah, that's true. If you're looking for elemental boost, you should be looking elsewhere. But this banner makes up for it by having just support.
So yes, this fest is where they would have introduced Arcanes and Glints, aka Ultra Overstrikes and Flashes. Honestly, I think the more I think about it, Arcane is a good translation because it allows you to just call it Arcane.
Yeah.
Glint is bad. I will die in that on that hill. Glint is a bad translation.
It's a really bad thing.
But anyway, let's start off with Haute Claire. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Sword for Lightning. That is an Arcane. Blaze Slash. So there's two types of Arcanes. We're gonna see them right here. Lightning actually has Type 2, which is, we're not sure what the multiplier is. We're not sure how soon we're gonna get the change here. Like, I think if we scroll down here, or up here. Where's the note on that? Well, all right, yeah, here we go. A note before we begin: empirical testing or mining will need to be done to see if Lightning's Arcane deals 40 or 55 per non-OSB hit. Depends on whether or not we get the buffed passive, the the buff past version straight away, as often happens. This deals 40 single target lightning ranged 20 times with a 800 potency overstrike hit at the end.
Do you have a chain going? Because this is amazing.
Oh yeah. So this is type 1 of the arcanes, which is good for chain.
Yeah.
I would actually say start chains with these if you can, because having an extra 21 hits on your chain is a lot.
But what would you want to finish the chain with, newbie?
Well, that would be the second type, which is well, let's start with the weapon itself. It's the Enkindler 8 sword for Squall, which is Blasting Drive. I've actually started to notice that fucking half of Squall stuff just has it is just Blasting X.
Yep.
But anyway, it is an 800 single target overstrike 3 times with a animation that makes absolutely no sense.
Welcome to Squall.
Like, have you seen do you remember the animation
It's
for this
so
one?
Ridiculous.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense because he like swings the sword and then it goes around the planet. I'm like, that's not how swinging your sword would work. It won't go around the planet. That doesn't work that way.
Squall's magic. It's okay.
But like, I definitely recommend you, if you're watching the video on YouTube or the VOD, go watch the animation for this arcane because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. But anyway, it's good. I'm not gonna super spend a lot of time talking about arcanes because they are pretty much OSB++ out of 10. They're just better OSBs. That's really what they come down to. You can only use them once. They take 3 bars instead of 2.
Yeah, it's good. What can I say? It's a 3-hit heavy ice thing. It's a great finisher.
If you can get multipliers and buffs high enough, it'll deal a lot of damage. But yeah. Up next, not new.
Still good though.
Still good. And yes, as it should be, as noted, those are both elemental boosting, lightning and ice, respectively. Up next is Kane's Lance. For Kane, if you can figure that one out. Impulse Drive, which is 22 lightning hits with lightning chain. So,
None of these other support buffs. It's just 22 hits.
Yeah. He is one of those boys that chooses to drop any additional effect on his chain to give you an extra 11 damage to start off with.
11%.
Or 11%, thank you.
11 damage would suck.
Very powerful, and I super love the animation for this one.
Yeah.
So question in the chat, are dupes worth anything but dust collectors? I'm still new to this. Combine them unless they're elemental booster. Well, actually, hold off until you have more stuff in Realm. And don't combine them if they're elemental boosters. That can really work. So, like, I have 2 6-star spears for Lunith. I haven't combined them yet because it's 2 OSB level wind boosters, which is good.
Yeah, this goes double for realms that don't have much gear in it. For example, in 15, I have 2 of Gladio's OSB swords. I'm not going to combine those for a very long time because there's not a ton of gear for 15 yet, and they're also fire boosters by themselves, so they're very useful. So keep an eye on what kind of stuff that you get out of having these dupes.
Right. Anywho, up next is Conformer for Renoa.
Yep.
Guardian Force Shiva. I don't know if we've gotten the fix that makes this animation better, but that'll happen down the line.
I really want this.
It is a single target, 11 hit with party cast speed times 2 for 2 turns. Ice Chain 99. They actually have to specify these 99s because Japan has recently gotten 150 ice chains. But either way,
what can you say? It's a really good ice booster.
Selection draw is open. Rip the servers.
Oh god.
We'll get
you know
to
what?
that.
Yep, we're not gonna worry about that.
Once we get on the banners, we'll talk about selection draw. Anyway, up next is Razor Carbine, which is Army of One for lightning. Also a lightning boosting sword.
Yes.
This, I personally own this, and it is very powerful. It is 10 single target hits in lightning, untyped cast speed times 3, so nearly instant, and gains EX mode blinding, which is 30% attack boost, and speed cycle lightning, which means every time she uses a lightning move, she gets that cast speed times 3 again.
She pretty much enters the Speed Force when she activates this thing.
Yeah, she just goes so fast. The unfortunate thing is that the only move she currently can combo off of this is
Thundering Quad Strike?
Yeah, Thundering Quad Strike. Excuse me.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that she doesn't have a lot of options yet.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of options.
She needs to get more options.
Eventually down the line, they do add and like very far down the line, I think Japan just got it. They add a 6-star celerity move that is the lightning and wind damage. So
pretty much, hey lightning, we're sorry. Here, have something.
It's literally, hey lightning, we're sorry. Also, all the other celerity users can still use this.
Yes.
Lightning, the only lightning celerity user.
Oh goodness. And this is item number 2 for lightning on this banner.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
I'm looking down the list here. Hoofa. Her and Squall, huh? Anyway.
Yep.
Speaking of which, up next is the Axis Blade for Squall, which is Steely. Also, we should mention, Razor Carbine, the only Ultra on this banner.
Yeah.
But Axis Blade for Squall, which is Steely Blade, which all I will say, other than, 8-hit single target in ice, is the strongest ice burst in the game.
Focused, yes. Ice burst only, yes. Because with Sora's burst thing, he almost catches up to Squall in terms of damage.
It is just slightly lower potency than Squall's, but it's very similar burst. So, and I should actually talk about this. The Command 1 on his burst is a 2-hit with the draw effect, which gives him a stack of draw. Command 2 is 4 to 7 hits at 54 to 125 potency. Remember earlier when I said 125 is a very odd and very high potency for a burst move? Well, what if you hit 7 times at 125% with a 25% crit rate if you're at 3 draws?
Now, here's the thing. Squall's dive, I believe, gives him double cast Spellblade, right?
It might be. Let's clarify this. It might be double cast ice.
Oh, either way, that's still really good for this. So, Squall gets dumb with this. Oh yeah, and by activating the BSB, he's N-iced, so all of this damage is going to be crazy.
Yeah, okay, it's a double Spellblade.
Yeah. So the first command is physical, so you can't be double casting that. But you might get really lucky with the second half of it and just start chaining damage.
You pretty much double. My understanding is you generally draw 2-3, and then you use the second command twice for a normal thing. But hey, maybe you double cast. The only downside is if you double cast on that 5th use, the second cast actually doesn't get the full buff because you'll generally run out of burst mode.
That's all right.
Yeah, but that I've seen stupid stuff done with this, like really stupid.
This is another one of those things that if the enemy is neutral or weak to ice, it's worth bringing this if you are running an ice setup.
Both commands are Spellblade. Oh, it's physical Spellblade. That's
even better.
Type school. There we go.
That's even better. So you can rev up the draw. Yeah, I knew I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
The first thing you can actually rev up draw faster by that double cast. Then shows what I know about the Squall.
Well, anyway,
anywho,
up next, Inkindler 13.
Yeah, this is a really good burst.
Different than Inkindler 8.
Totally different.
Just gonna throw that out there. What? Anyway, Focus Bolts is random, 8 hits with Imperial Lightning attached to it. Command 1 is a 4-hit single target. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE. These are very fast. They're celerity cast times. That's about it. This isn't gonna wow you. It really isn't. I'm still to this day not like super wowed by this. The big thing is that if you can enlightening her from another source, the entrance hits like a truck.
Oh, absolutely.
Because notice right here, Steely Blade is the same. It's 8 hits, single target, but at like a way lower multiplier comparatively.
Yeah.
But it has an in ice attached to it. This does not have an in ice, so it's a higher multiplier, or in lightning, so it's a higher multiplier. If you can get in lightning from somewhere else, this skyrockets in damage.
Like maybe her Ultra.
I used to use her super for this. Now I use the Ultra.
Or maybe something you might pick up a little bit lower in the banner.
Yeah, but in honestly, if you were to talk real honestly, I generally just use the Ultra again. Nowadays. Focus Bolts is still really good. It just doesn't wow me as much as most other DPS bursts nowadays. But I think she was one of the first ones to get a BSB2, so that might be why.
Yeah, it's a solid enough thing, but compared to a lot of the other stuff on this banner, it's not exactly a dud. It just doesn't have the same wow factor to it.
There is one worse than that, but we'll get there in a moment.
Yep.
Crystal Cross for Renoa is her second burst. Ice Wing Angel Shards, which is AoE 8 hit in ice. The commands are a Omega Drive Magic Ice move. So
rad.
Single target, 4 hits, a higher multiplier the higher her magic gets with a peak at 1200. And command 2 to assist with that is a no damage witch move that steals magic. So a 40 down on the enemy, a 30 buff on her.
I mean, I guess it's useful in some situations, but most of the time I'd be hoping I'm going into that burst with full like magic so I can just rev up that command 1.
Yeah, it's nice if you are, say, like running like Onion Knight with a Mag Mine buff and then she can give herself another mag buff. That's about it. Honestly, this one has never wowed me, but I can say that I have heard good reports of that command 1 doing a ton of damage. So,
oh yeah,
take that as you will. A burst command actually dealing huge amounts of damage and maxing out is actually rare these nowadays. Yeah.
No, I gotcha. And also, if you have this, that means that your use of the 4-hit magic ice spell can go elsewhere. It can go to another person, so you have 2 people that are able to spam through that. So it gives you flexibility, and I'm always down for that.
And then, speaking of bursts that don't wow me, Abel's Lance for Kayn.
Why is this still here?
Dragoon's Pride, because it's lightning.
I know.
4-hit AoE, non-elemental, so just compare that to Renoa, who does 8 hits, with an in-ice. The long and short of it... okay, well, first of all, let's talk about the commands. Command 1 is a 2-hit lightning, no airtime 2.
Yep, which was good until a couple weeks ago.
Is 2-hit with Ether 1. Not Smart Ether, Ether. I use this burst for the enlightening.
Yeah, it's old in the tooth. This burst is definitely showing its age at this point. But if you need enlightening on Kayn, this is a good way to do it, and you can use this into his chain if you happen to have it, and he's going to deal some serious damage.
Yep.
It's just a shame that he doesn't have something a little bit more up to date to get that enlightening proc out. Shrugged. Also, a good thing about this is it is a plus lightning spear, which I actually did the choice draw like 6 months ago that had him on it. I grabbed it just for that.
Yeah, it's very good in that regard because, hey, what do you know? One of the two high DPS moves for Dragoon is a lightning move, and also there's a number of spellbladers that can equip spears as well, like lightning. I think lightning can use spears.
She might have been recently able to get that. Speaking of lightning, hey, are we gonna get more relics for her?
What do you know? A new relic for lightning. So we got a couple glints on this as well. Lifesaver for lightning is an enlightening stacking glint.
And for people who might still be a little confused on glints, how many times can you stack a glint?
3 times.
Okay.
And you can also only use glints 3 times. Squall gets a similar thing, except it's ice. And both of these items should be noted that they are elemental boosters. So that's a sword, another sword lightning boost. So we have, count them, 3 sword lightning boosters on this banner, and an armor ice booster, which is very nice. Actually.
Yes, I am actually looking at that over a lot of other things purely because it's an ice boosting armor. And also, it's light armor too, so a lot of people can use it, and it's just good across the board.
I was a little down on glints in general. They just didn't wow me from a standpoint until recently, when we did that multiplayer, where I was able to just swap around Sora to various elements, which was fun and goofy to do, like as a joke, you know. But also when I did X Death, and I stacked Sora up to a 3 stack of lightning, and was doing as much damage as somebody hitting weakness.
Yeah, it's... If you have the time to build up the glint stacking procs, they can do some absolutely devastating damage. Just whether it's worth it to spend the 3 turns going through that, even though they are instant cast.
The other thing that you can do with a glint is you can fire one off, attack, fire one off, attack, fire one off.
Because it refreshes the timer on it.
Exactly.
But no, yeah, it's very good. I'm more looking at these glints for the effects they have on the weapon itself, but I'm not going to be upset for having the actual glints themselves.
And then legend material. Let's just fire these out real fast.
Yep.
Kane is a dragon boost with spear. That's good. Yeah. Spear access. Oh, what do you know? You can equip a spear on a dragoon. What the?
Yeah, 25%. That's worth it.
That's extremely worth it. Because unlike other ones, that's just always 25% more damage with a spear equipped.
Yep.
Squall will start in iced. Yes. And
these are surprisingly useful.
Lightning is double cast lightning.
This is actually probably the best of the 3 legend materials on this one.
Yeah, easily. Double cast is just a flat. I think this is a slightly lower hit rate. I think it's a 25 for the relics. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a moment.
No, that's okay.
It's a 25% chance double cast with relics, which is still solid.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, all 3 of these legend materials are good. Glints are okay. They're serviceable. They do the job of replacing supers. The bursts are very hit or miss. I would kind of say, again, Kane's is okay. It's very outdated. Focus Bolts is okay. It just isn't going to do as much work as other ones are going to do for you. Steely Blade is fantastic, and Angel Ice Wing is odd, but I think still really good.
If you hit the bursts from 8, you're good. The other ones are situationally good.
Yeah. The Ultra is fantastic. It's very powerful. Both the chains they're chains, and Arcane's out of 10.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Hey, if you don't have things for lightning, and you really want to use lightning or squall, man, this is a great banner for you.
Yeah, they were actually very nice in this banner, and they chose to throw, like, Renoa's chain on there instead of, Squall's Ultra. Because we don't talk about Squall's Ultra.
He doesn't have an Ultra. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not Y'shtola level.
It's not great, but after his Burst 2 came out, it's really disappointing.
But yeah, this banner is pretty solid for ice and lightning damage. On top of that, I'm really hoping to hit, like, honestly, the Squall Burst when I pull on this.
I'm looking at this one. I'm very heavy on magic, lightning, and ice, so I'm really excited about this banner because 90% of it is physical.
Yeah, it's a good thing to mention is that this is highly physical based. Renoa is the outlier on this banner, and she only has 2 relics on it. Otherwise, it is Cane, Lightning, and Squall Show.
Which is okay, sure. I'm down with that.
All right, banner 3. Let's keep this moving. The Earth banner.
The Earth banner plus a couple other things, which whatever.
Wow, this one kind of barely fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't get why a couple of things are on here, but I'm okay with it. I think these were added on because things were taken off, though.
Yes, like Orlando's, I know, was replacing somebody else's. So, starting at the top, Rune Axe, Ingus. I always say Ignis, which is a different character entirely.
Totally different character, yeah.
You know, like Riku and Riku.
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Chain, Attested Strength, which is 11 hits, Party Last Stand, Earth Chain 99. I really like this chain. I own it personally. This is the reason I beat the Diamond Weapon Crystal Tower. But yeah, it really turned around my Hydra fights.
You wouldn't think how useful it would be to have a chain that gives you a last stand, but man, is that useful.
It's very useful. Also, I'm going to hop out back to that first banner real quick. Just to compare to... So yeah, Impulse Drives hits are 37% potency. Ingus's are 72% potency.
Yeah. But the main thing about Impulse Drive is that it's hitting 22 times to really build up that stack.
Right, yes. But I'm just saying that this is going to do as much damage as Impulse Drive.
Unless you have, like, End Lightning and a whole bunch of boosters and such.
Exactly. So that's a big thing to note, is that although it's like 11 hits, it still does huge damage.
It does work.
I usually get about 30k on Magicites. And that's on the first casting before, like, it's actually, you know, I have, like, Imperils and everything running.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff.
Yeah. Onion Knight returns again with Ultra Ninja Forbidden Power.
This is stupid.
It's Party-wide Shout, crit 50%, and haste, which, you know, kind of ties into Shout. EX Ninja, attack plus 30%, untyped cast speed times 1.3 with build up. Non-defend actions increase cast speed, or decrease cast speed by 0.3. So by the end of this, he has a cast speed increase of 2.1. I used this with Steiner recently in a Ultimate Plus Plus, and I was just amazed at how fast Steiner was going by the end of it.
Now, there's a big thing to note about this. The attack buff lasts for 25 seconds, but the build-up only lasts for 15 seconds. So you need to do a little bit of juggling in order to keep all the buffs going. If you get off the another Forbidden Power before the 15 seconds is up, it keeps your cast speed upgrade. So you can keep going at probably at that point close to 2.1 plus cast speed.
And I don't think the cast speed actually drops when the EX mode drops.
It drops, I think, at the 15-second mark. I think it does.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Someone else can look that up and confirm or deny. But this is really good. There's no real way to like properly explain how having a shout plus a crit plus 50% is incredible on a character who's as good as Ramza, or if not better.
It's very powerful. Moving on, speaking of very powerful, Excalibur True Blade, which is holy boosting for what it's worth. Ultra Sword Saint, physical, holy dark, times 12, always crits, with self crit 100%. EX mode Sword Saint, which is attack plus 50.
Yep.
Ability double Night Darkness. Now ability double is the hungry double.
Mm-hmm. But it always goes off.
Yes. You know what's the most negative, like the only negative thing I can say about this?
There's a negative?
Yeah, it doesn't in-element him.
Oh, fair. I don't really think he needs it.
That's the joke.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's a negative to this?
Because why do you need a 50% boost on your abilities when you're critting every time, getting a 50% boost on all your abilities?
It's just... if you have the Hones, this is absolutely disgusting, because he can tag Holy, Dark, and Earth very easily with this.
Mm-hmm.
If you get this, I would be stunned if you could not sub 30 the 3-star Magicites.
Yeah, the ones.
Well, no, that's not true, because
to.
you could get really lucky and have this early on. But this will make it a lot easier to sub 30 those. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, Sword Saint is very powerful. It is like one of the first things for Orlando that has come out that well, the OSB was very strong too, but this is like actually came out and I can't even like downside it one way or another. Like, I pointed at it and I'm like, no, it's good. It's very good.
One thing I would note, make sure you cast this after anybody who uses a crit buffer, because that will override his self-crit.
Yeah, it's 100%.
So
if you
that's just something to keep in mind.
Are running him for whatever reason with, just off the top of my head, oh look, or the Onion Knight, yeah, if you're running him with
the Onion Knight right above him.
Make sure Onion Knight goes before him.
Mm-hmm.
Which you'd want to do anyway to get that attack boost.
Yeah.
And of course, the EX mode Sword Saint is an EX mode, so that 50% buffs.
Yeah, just this is another thing that we could gush about for a very long time. This is just disgusting.
Chicken
It put him like at the top of the damage dealer things, replacing the person right below him.
Yeah. Chicken Knife for Bart's. I own this personally and use it in... Right now, only one, but I really haven't tried to adjust my Magicites too much. I got really burnt out on Magicites.
Didn't we all?
Yep. So, Ultra, Chosen Traveler. Physical, 69%, nice. Wind, Water, Fire, Earth, times 10. With EX mode, Spellblade Barrage, which is a 30% booster. Cast speed times 2. Chase Barrage, which is a 50% chance for 2 or 8 hits, random targets, if he is using one of those 4 elements to hit.
Mm-hmm. And it's a 40% damage per hit on those chasers.
Yeah, so Bart's is going to dish out a ton of damage, but is also fan-fucking-tastic for chains.
Yes.
If you dive him, proc his double cast, and proc an 8 hit, on one cast of a quad strike, he will up the chain by 16. On one command. I frequently, when I run him in the Fire Magis, or the Ice Magicite, generally max out the chain.
Yeah. I think other people who are focused on single elements can out damage him in certain things, like Titus is probably better at water than Bart's is, but Bart's makes up for that by having flexibility for being able to go to 4 different elements. But hey, moving on to a weird sword that's just really good.
Yeah, this is an odd place. Well, it's placed on here because it's Earth.
It's Earth, but
the sword itself is a fire booster, but in realm Earth booster.
Yes.
Now, that should be mentioned is that some of these are in-realm boosters, probably. I can't see that on this, and I don't have access to that, and they didn't note that anywhere on here. But that applies for like crystal towers and things like that, so
Yes.
not useless. Gladio's Dawnhammer, it's hey, OSB out of 10. And let's move on.
It can actually do a pretty serious amount of damage because he's usually going to be tanking a bunch of hits anyway. But again, I'm happy I have this sword just because it's a flat fire booster, and that's always nice to have. And and in Realm, you can get an Earth booster out of it, which with things like Crystal Tower can be fairly useful to have. But yeah, again, like you said, OSB out of 10.
Yep, OSB out of 10. Moving on to bursts. Ignis.
Who?
Ingus.
Yep.
Burst 2. Faith. I don't know how to pronounce that Spanish word.
Don't worry about it. It's a shield.
Shield. Faith Shield. Physical, 8 hits, Earth Non, with a Party Earth Radiant Shield, which is good for chains.
So good for chains.
What this means is it gives a damage reflect that its reflected damage is typed Earth. Very nice for Lightning Magicite and what have you.
Man, if you had this in his chain, that would just be disgusting.
It would.
If only they put both of them on the same banner.
What the?
Yeah.
So, commands. Command 2 is a self-attack defense plus 50.
Yeah.
Which is gross. Command 1 is a 3-hit, single Earth, with Knight plus 15. So, they obviously want you to chain this into the Earth moves. But, should be noted, you can take this to a Holy. Like,
Absolutely.
There's nothing that actually, except for the Earth Radiant Shield, so make sure whenever you're fighting doesn't absorb Earth. If it resists it, whatever, who cares? But his commands can be swapped to the Holy damage if need be. And I guess the only other downside is that this is a tank burst that doesn't have Sentinel attached to it.
But it has the attack defense 50% thing, so that can still help out enough to get you up to the 4 or 5 hits with Guardbringer.
Yep. Okay, up next. Geyser Knuckles for Tifa, which is Rolling Blaze, which, despite the name, is actually Earth Element, with Imperil Earth, 8 hits.
Yeah, I don't get it either. That's a weird name. What's up?
No, they just put these out of order on the bottom. I was like, did I skip one? No.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, down here. So, the big thing to know about these are they are Celerity Casting Time. They are fast cast. Command 2 is a single target hit with self-crit plus 50%. Command 1 is a 4-hit single target. I don't know about you, but this one doesn't really impress me that much.
It doesn't.
The biggest thing
this is a lot like Lightning's thing from the previous banner, her Burst 2.
Yeah, it imperils, which is good.
Yep.
That can combo into other stuff. It's not, except for that imperil. I guess it imperils in self crits, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a thing that she can get going and rev up and do some serious stuff, and also helps other party members because Tifa's really good at being like a party friendly monk. But even so, I'm not as wowed by this as I am by the other bursts in the set.
Which is same.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, up next we have. I like that they've just given. Oh no! First we have Tempest.
Yes.
So Gladio's Tempest is an oddly powerful burst.
Yeah, this is actually very similar to the Warrior of Light's Holy version burst.
I'm gonna scroll this down a little bit because
Oh, absolutely.
Again, this one they just can't fit them all perfectly for me.
There's
anyway.
one extra burst on this one, I think.
Okay, that'd be why. So it's a 6-hit AoE in Earth. Command 2 is 2-hit Sentinel. Command 1 is 1-5 hits, mattering on your defense. Generally, if you have Protect, Wall, and the Sentinel up, he will hit that threshold.
Oh yeah.
A big thing to know about this, if you are utilizing it, Command 1 only beats out Command 2 if you're hitting that
Damage caps.
5 threshold.
Yeah.
Because at 5 hits, that Command 1 will do 240, whereas Command 2... Oh, actually... Yeah, alright, yeah, Command 1 does 240, whereas Command 2 does 225. Or 250. So Command 2 always beats out Command 1, unless you have, like, imperils, unless you're hitting damage cap, pretty much.
Yes. But no, it gives him a lot of flexibility, and it just goes along with, yes, he is an earth tank. Continue tanking.
And I use it for the earth, or for the lightning magicite. It does a lot of work. He's probably my biggest damage dealer in that.
Yeah. And also, this burst works really well with his OSB, because it's all about pulling attacks to him. So you'll be able to use his OSB as a finisher after you've used his BSB for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And this is what I was chuckling about earlier. They just gave up with Bart's.
Yes.
This is Bart's Burst, whatever. It's Burst Earth.
Yes.
Which a lot of Bart's bursts are pretty similar. But anyway, this is a 8-hit Earth within Earth attached to it.
Yep.
Command 2 is a 3-hit Earth Wind with a attack res buff.
Mm-hmm.
With a very odd modifier on it, so that might be a unique modifier.
I thought that was... No, that can't be a typo. So, yeah, attack res, that's good.
Yeah.
That's rare. I mean, we've only seen Marsh have that on his BSB thing.
Yeah, which, hold up, that's a... Let me back out and check that real quick. Because...
Yeah, as you're
no,
checking that...
his is attack mind.
Oh, you're right. Attack mine. This is attack res.
Yeah, but
so yeah, that's useful.
This is what I'm talking about. Usually those buffs are like 632 or 603, whereas this one is like 6011.
Yeah.
So that might actually be a unique modifier on that.
Leo apparently has it on his burst.
Okay.
In any case,
well, either way,
it's useful.
It's a rare buff.
Yeah.
Command 2 is a 4-hit Earth Wind with a Spell Blade, 15% for 2 turns, which you know, you can combo that into Quaking Quad Strike and Quaking Quad Strike.
Yeah, I mean that's really all you need to quake into, right?
Yeah, that's what they intend it to be used on. But you know, with the versatility of being a Spellblade, you can also use that into wind moves, what have you. Once you're past that, unless the boss is not Omni resistant, except to a weakness, I can't really see you bringing this burst specifically to fights in that regard.
Still decent though.
But yeah, it's very good earth damage at the very least. Following up, Onion Knight Burst, which is another replacement for this.
And I could see people being ticked off about this replacement.
I can actually see it. It's down here. The original, the things that were replaced were Machina from Type 0 things. I don't know why they replaced them, as I believe she is out in English. Whatever.
I believe so. Well, whatever. It's Vessel of Fate, guys.
It's Vessel of Fate. Vessel of Fate out of 10. More colloquially referred to as Onion Knight buff, because attack mag plus haste. Command 1 is 4-hit physical celerity with non-charge 1. Command 2 is 4-hit magic non-charge 1.
It's good. I mean, what else do you want to say?
Yep.
It's definitely an old banner though, or a burst though.
It's old, but still does work. And oddly enough, that Command 2, that non-charge 1 black, is some of the best non-elemental magic damage.
Especially since he double cast black with his dive.
Exactly. Like it does a lot of work, oddly enough. But Yeah, it's more common nowadays because it's been out for like over a year, if not more.
Yeah, I'd say more.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the legend materials.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. There is that.
Yes.
Right. Legend materials. I don't. For a question in chat, I'm not sure on the realm listings yet. I literally haven't even looked at them. We're probably gonna go over
We'll
that
get to the
after we're
set
done
list
the
here in a little
banners.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ingus, LMR2, Resolute Warrior, Start in Earth, Night Earth moves. That's okay.
Yep.
Bart's, Fragments of Grace, I love this says W cast Spellblade, but really it's triple cast Spellblade. If you use a Spellblade, there's a 10% chance that he attacks 2 more times with the same Spellblade. Combo this
is dumb.
Combo this with his Relic Dive, or his Legend Dive, and slap a double cast Archard Materia on him. There is a very small chance that he will quintuple cast.
That's 20 hits with a, like a quad strike blade.
Oh, and then if you're in USB mode, you can add another 8 on there. Add a chance.
So you could add 28 hits to a chain with an astronomically low chance of that happening. But hey, it's there.
If you're like me, and you're already capping out damage, that's also, 200,000 damage?
Yeah.
But anyway. Tifa's Guise, which is Earth boosting armor.
Yes.
Friendly fighters.
Very nice.
Start in Earth.
I would be super happy to get that armor.
In a vacuum, it's less good because your Earth moves are what? Meteor Crush and Gaia Rush. But with anything on her, it instantly becomes way better.
If I had that Legend Materia 2 in her burst, I'd be pretty happy because you could definitely do some serious damage with that.
Yep. The whole Imperil Earth only on the burst becomes less of an issue. And then the last one, Gladio's Fatigues, which is also Earth boosting, which is WCast Night, which is yes.
Yes, for him, it's yes. There's not much you can say about this. It's 25% chance to double cast with an Earth boosting armor for a guy who does lots and lots of Earth damage. This makes him really good.
Hold up. It just got linked to something.
Yeah, a good link.
Ah, nice. Okay, that's going to let me visualize that way better. Okay, cool. See if that should come up on the stream perfectly fine.
It does.
Yeah, okay, cool. Anywho, that's this banner. The biggest thing I personally can say about this, also, I think I actually ran out on my my playlist. So while we put in our ending thoughts, which is, it's very good physical earth damage. That's the biggest thing I think you can say about this banner.
Yeah, the big thing about this banner that could be a plus or minus to you is the things that were added on as opposed to the other person being taken off, namely the Orlando and Onion things. Those are very high-value relics, so you might already have those things, and that might add more dupes to this banner than you want and could drag down the value for you. If you're just looking at it in terms of, man, I need earth damage, this is a pretty good banner to go to. There are a lot of things on here that are earth boosters, or in the case of Gladio's sword, a random fire booster. But overall, I'd be pretty happy with most of the stuff on here. I think the only thing on here I'm not a huge fan of is Tifa's, or Tifa, I don't know how you correctly want to call her. Yeah, Tifa. Her BSB2 is kind of lackluster to me.
It's underwhelming.
But yeah. It's an Imperil. If you need an Imperil, it can get some stuff done. I'd be much happier to pick up any stuff on Ingus or Gladio or even Bart's on this one.
I mean,
or the random Onion things that are also on here.
Maybe Bart's, but like fucking Bart's as shit is strong.
I know. And this is yet another banner that has really good legend materials. Either the legend materials themselves are very powerful effects, or the armor is an element boost for a very rare thing to have an elemental booster for. Or in the case of Gladio's legend material record, it's both.
I have one Earth booster.
Yeah. This banner plus also the FF5 banner for Dad banner, banner 1.
Which stays around until the 4th.
Yes, which I just pulled on, is an excellent place to pick up both Earth and, in the case of the Dad banner, Ice stuff. So look at that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I frequently say Ingus instead of Ignis. Or other way around.
Yep.
Whatever. Anyway, let's move on to Banner 4 because I'm looking at the time and already hating myself.
Don't worry about it, man. It's all right. We gotta get through this. Banner 4, also known as Banner Wind.
Yep.
I am really looking forward to this banner because I somehow don't have many dupes.
Hold up.
Hey, do you guys have anything for Lunith? Because if you don't, this is a banner for you. And also Zach.
There we go. Okay. Sorry, I got the Katamari, the We Love Katamari soundtrack on now because I went through the entirety of Katamari.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to some weird music, but still, it's Katamari. It's good chill music. Anywho. This is a very good song. It's the Katamari theme, except it's like dog barks. Anyway, I gotta stay focused.
Yes, you do.
So, first thing on this banner. Also, another thing to note, unless they screwed up the listing, but I don't think they did. No boosters on this banner.
Mm-hmm.
Which is odd. But, that exists. Alright, anyway. First up, Masamune, Katana, Lunith, Arcane out of 10.
It's the wind version of Lightning's Arcane. That's it. Moving on.
I'm gonna try and say this right. Kiko Ichimonji.
I think that's right.
Which is Lunith's Ultra. I have this. It is Lunith's wind version of Lightning's stuff. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Yep. Does Lunith have Celerity?
I believe so, yes.
So, with the new ability that we'll be getting, he can combo this way better. I think he also has Spellblade 5.
Yeah, he does.
If you die.
Lunith's got a lot of stuff.
Well, either way.
Let me pull him up real quick.
Effective in that regard. He also has Dragoon. So, Lunith has a lot of ways to do wind damage.
Yeah.
Way more than Lightning has to do lightning damage. So, better in that regard.
Lunith has Spellblade 5,
Excuse me.
Combat Celerity Dragoon. No, actually, sorry, Spellblade 6, and then also Combat Celerity and Dragoon 6, Darkness 4, Support 3.
Yep. So he has a lot of ways.
He does a lot of stuff.
To utilize that wind damage. It's a better version of Lightning's. I will go out on a limb and say that. Just because of the ability access.
But I think Lightning's has an element booster on it, while this doesn't.
Yeah, on the item, but like
on the item itself. Yeah.
Fuck, who cares?
I do.
You can get wind boost somewhere else.
Okay. Just not on this banner.
Yeah, just not on this banner. The enhancer for Zack, which is Lucky Stars. I am skipping this song. I think it is worn out its welcome.
It's Lucky Stars. It's a wind booster that also happens to be a chain. It gives you party-wide attack 50% and augmented critical damage on a guy who can really make use of doing wind damage, finally.
Yeah, so the augmented critical damage, what that means is your normal crits do 50% boosted damage. Augment critical makes him...
There we go.
What was that?
For a weird second, you were not straight? You seem to be having a hiccup.
Oh, I am having a major hiccup. I'm not streaming at all. Um,
That's weird. Did turning that sound on that thing kill something?
nope. Okay, we're live again.
We're back?
Yeah. If that was
Okay.
anything, I'll say that was a Twitch hiccup.
Okay. I would highly recommend everyone like refresh so that you're caught up-ish again, because that was fun.
Yeah, that had to have been Twitch because I was talking to you almost the entire time. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to check my people I'm following.
Yeah. While you're
Yeah,
doing
like
that,
for
I'm
instance,
gonna...
Ty isn't streaming right now.
Yeah,
Ty's
I think that was
not up,
probably...
and Ty's doing
yeah,
a 12-hour marathon.
Yeah, that was probably just a Twitch hiccup then.
Yep.
I don't know if it cut off when I was explaining Lucky Stars, but Lucky Stars, it's a wind chain with a party-wide attack 50% and augment critical damage. It's real good. What else do you want to say?
Yeah. Hold up. I'm just getting everything back together because I was doing some quick technical analysis there.
Yeah. It doesn't boost the actual wind chain, which is rare for any kind of a chain, but it makes it so that your wind people are just going to hit like trucks when they start boosting the chain. Also, it's got a really dumb voice clip that may or may not be in it depending on the day of the week.
It's not in there at all for global.
Yeah. He's getting fired up.
He's getting fired up. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, you explained all of that while I was doing stuff.
Yeah, it was covering 40 minutes, all right.
Thank you. It's good. Again, I think this might have gotten cut off, but I'll explain it again. Did you explain the crit damage boost properly?
It's a lot.
No, well, okay, specifically
not.
what it does is it switches it from a 50% damage buff for hitting a crit to a 100% damage buff for hitting a crit.
Mm-hmm.
It is colloquially referred to as crit fixing.
Yes.
So you combo that with, I don't know, say Orlando, who hits crit 100% of the time, and it's silly. Force Stealer, Crisis Core, is his Ultra. Clume Hazard Zeno, which is 11 random wind hits, Imperil Wind, self-attack, defense 30%, untype 2, speed cycle 2. Now, you may say, I don't know, that doesn't sound so great. Which you'd be right initially, except when you consider that the only wind moves he has access to are celerity moves, which already have a fast cast time. So, in that regard, he almost has the same cast time as Lunith and Lightning.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very similar Ultra in general to the Lunith and Lightning Ultras.
Yeah. The reason that he gets untyped 2 is because if he had untyped 3, his turns would be instant.
Yeah. So, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then we got another thing.
Yes, Cloud's Ultra, which is the Game Breaker.
Yep. Still breaking, just shattering the difficulty curve.
I've seen some dumb shit still to this day. So, single target, wind dark times 5, self crit 100%, EX soldier, physical attacks, damage plus 30%, physical damage may overflow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on this because it's the Cloud USB, whatever.
It's really good. We're tired of seeing it.
Yeah, it's like, whatever, who cares? It's Cloud USB.
Yeah. The Gladius. For
wait,
Barts.
What? You said Gladius.
Yes, that's the name of the dagger.
Oh, it is. As opposed to the character named Gladius.
Yeah.
I was confused for a moment there. Okay, yeah. I think this is new to this banner.
It might be.
Hold up, I can back up and check. Oh yeah, that one's new. As is the Zac Ultra and the Lunith Arcane, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, on the previous banner, Ignis's LMR 2 and Gladio's LMR 2 were new. But anyway, so this is Wind Burst for Barts. We have 8 single target in Wind. The commands. Let's move this down. Yes, here we go. What?
It was a hiccup for half a second. I was hoping it wasn't the whole thing exploding again.
No.
We're good. Keep going.
Don't scare me.
Sorry.
Anywho. Commands are a little different this time around. Actually, I take that back. They are not different at all. Command 2 is a 3... Well, they're slightly different. I think the other one had a booster on it. But Command 2 is a 3-hit single target Spellblade, 15% times 2. And Command 1 is a 4-hit single Spellblade. I don't know if it's this event or the next one. No, yeah, because we get the Wind Celerity move in this one. Eventually, did we get the Wind Spellblade move?
I think so. Maybe not.
Hold up, I have the game open right here.
Yeah.
But anyway, obviously you can combo this into Snow Spell Strike, but some people don't have the 5-star motes for that because rude. But let me check real quick. We do not have the wind move I'm thinking of. But yes, eventually down the line, there is a Wind Spellblade move. A Wind Quad Strike. Tempest Quad Strike, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So, that exists and combos very well into this. Other than that, though, you're kind of set to Snow Spell. And unlike the other one, which had a bit more versatility, this one is kind of solidly into Wind.
Yes. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
No. It's just that it just has a bit less versatility.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Ultima Blade, which is Cloud Burst 2. 8 hits, single target, in Wind. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE with attack defense bargain. Command 1 is 4 hits with Omega Drive mechanics.
Yeah, it's pretty much Omega Drive Wind.
Yeah, so it starts out at 14% and can go up to 65% at 977 attack.
Yeah.
So that's good. It kind of fixed the problem of Cloud's first burst being very outdated. With this one being very solidly in his little wind position that he was in for maybe all of 2 minutes before they went. What if he went dark?
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. He can do both. This is what actually a burst I really like because it has scaling mechanics to it that'll keep it relevant for a while. I really like this burst. I think it makes Cloud into a very solid physical wind/non-elemental damage dealer.
Right. So, next up is the Rune Blade for Zac, Meteor Shots. Remember that whole thing about sometimes Imperil Bursts are a little underwhelming?
Yep.
Well, what if we had I guess the predecessor to Lightning's, which is random 8-hit Imperil, Wind, 2-hit AoE, 4-hit single target.
Yeah, so the reason why this was actually... Yeah, with a Celerity cast time, which is very nice. The reason why this one was actually a little bit better than other people is because this is one of the few ways you could get Zac to deal wind damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot. This is Celerity cast time. All those other things I think I was saying before might have been Ninja cast time.
Hmm.
So,
probably.
Put a little asterisk there. Anywho, yeah, this used to be his only source of wind damage, but now that he just has a wind move, less, you know, in that regard.
Yeah.
It's outdated. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, it'll do work, but at this point, it's definitely showing its teeth.
Yep.
Long in the tooth. There we go.
Sargantanas.
Yep.
Sargantanas? Anyway, Solution 9. The one that I'll hoot and holler from the top of the hill forever. Solution 9 is a very complex sort of burst, but when you actually it's not even. Oh, here we go. They had to fucking make its own little section
Yeah,
right here.
I know.
So the way it works is both commands are physical thief, 120 multiplier, single target wind. Each time you do steel attack, or the first command, he gains a stack, which gives him a 30% attack boost that's unique, and puts a 30%, or each stack is 10, capping at 30, which is a unique defense or attack down on the boss, and a unique buff on him. If you do command 2, he can spread that unique buff to the party. This buff stacks with shout.
Yeah, and that is what makes this such an interesting and very useful burst. That you have a attack buff on a person that normally wouldn't have any kind of party buffing mechanic attached to him, and a celerity thief type is very powerful.
Furthermore, and I never actually knew this, and it's a good thing to know, because he sends out whatever his current Swift Steel buff is, which has the attack modifier of 636, if he double casts that command 2, he does not overwrite stronger versions of it.
Yeah, it's only the strongest cast refreshes, I think, equal or stronger. So yeah, that's very good.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now, moving on to Glint, Lunith, Inwind.
Yep.
Glint out of 10.
Only Glint on the banner.
Only Glint on
and
the
it's
banner.
on a hammer.
Which is so weird for Lunith.
I know, but hey, it's not like... I know. It's not like this is the only hammer on the banner.
Yeah. His LMR, which is Start Inwinded,
is also a hammer.
Is also a hammer. So this is actually a thing that I don't think came up on the other one, but it's actually kind of important. Which actually could have with Squall, but we didn't mention it. So let's say you have this Start Inwinded and also the Glint. Your first cast of the Glint, if you start the fight Inwinded, will actually get you to Inwind level 2.
Yeah.
So that's a positive to keep in mind.
Also, there are a couple other Dragoons who use hammers. Kane, I believe, is another one. So getting hammers isn't necessarily the worst thing ever.
I don't think that's a wind booster, though.
Oh, never mind. I forget what I just said.
Remember, nothing on here is a native wind booster.
My apologies. But still, hammers.
Yep.
They're weird.
Zidane's Light Armor, which is a Thief's Ploy, which is just double cast wind abilities. There's not a ton that he can actually chain off of this. There's like...
Dash and Slash.
Dash and Slash. He's also Celerity 5, so he can do the new Celerity move.
Yes. And that's pretty much it. But hey, if you need him to beat the crap out of, I don't know, some sort of an Earth Snake, this could help.
Yeah. Cloud, LMR 1. Sprinting Wolf, which is Speed Cycle, 35% of Wind will give him ×2 casting speed for 1 turn.
Yep.
Drastically underwhelming, considering the fact that although he is sort of a wind boy, he has one wind move that he can use, and that's Tornado Strike.
Yeah, this works well with if you get his burst too. If you get Cloud Cycle in this gets much, much better. Otherwise, it's kind of a dud.
Yeah. And once we get Tempest Quad Strike, it becomes a little better, but that's not it.
Once that happens, and also he could use the other wind move. The 6-star Wind Sword, right? Or Spellblade?
No, he dives.
Oh, that's right, he can't do that.
I'm 90%. I'm going to check that so I don't look a fool, but I am 90% sure that Cloud dives to Spellblade 5. He has the lightning problem.
Oh, Cloud. So yeah, he's got one move right now he can use with Wind, if Newbie is correct on this one. Unless you get his BSB2, which, hey, I have his BSB2. I would be excited to get this. If I didn't have it, I would be scared to death.
I was right, by the way. He dives 2 5-star Spellblade.
Yep, it sounded right as soon as you said it.
Yep, so he has the lightning problem.
There you go.
For reference, when I say the lightning problem, in Japan, they added what was it? It was water lightning 6-star Spellblade. And it was like, wow, that's really cool. Too bad lightning can't use it.
Mm-hmm. That's probably when they realized, wait a minute, she can't use... Crap, we got to make something for her. Hold on a second. Let's make something on celerity.
Let's make a lightning celerity move. Who does lightning celerity? Lightning.
Yeah.
Literally the only character that does lightning celerity. Anywho. Last one. No, he's not a lightning character.
Well, okay. I misunderstood what you meant. I thought you meant characters who can use lightning attacks. Never mind. Shinra Beta Plus.
Soldier follow-up. Chase 50% of celerity moves with a single target wind attack. It's okay.
For a Legend Materia record, I'd be okay with that. It's weird, but hey, every little bit of damage counts.
Yeah, I just had to check that there was nothing else on that. But yeah, it's just a hit. It's just,
Yeah, as someone said in the chat, it's free damage.
It's free damage. It's free damage for you, Jim. You have to pull the materia, but the damage is free.
Yeah, it isn't double cast, but...
Yep. All in all, I think it's an odd banner where it starts out very strong, and then the lower you get, it becomes iffy.
Yeah, there's definitely some... Okay, a lot of the stuff at the bottom is kind of reliant on you having other things.
I'd
very
say
much so.
Zidane works fine. Lunith works fine. Cloud... No.
Yeah.
Zac is fine. Zac's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to use it unless you have his chain, but it works in any regard.
Yeah.
Solution 9 is extremely powerful, generally underappreciated. Meteor Shots is a little outdated, and then everything else above that is very good.
And Bartz is also here.
Bartz is here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's overall a good banner, but it has some risky shots in there.
This is the first banner that I haven't been wowed by all of the Legend Materia, or overall all of the Legend Materia. There's some decent things on here, but there's also some things on here that would be kind of scary to get if you didn't have other things for the character. Like both Cloud and Zac, I'd be a little worried if I just got those.
Where are these lists posted again? I can give you the thread title on Reddit. If you search for Y3F on Reddit and just sort by newest, you'll get these. This one is actually even more so. Right up here on the top right, if you go to 3rd Anniversary Relic Posts, you'll find it. So that little thing right there.
Yep.
While
we were chatting, did the 5th one happen to appear?
Let's find out. I'm just gonna reload this one. Wait. Okay. I can. It might have just not been updated in this, so I'll just hit Y3F. I hit an apostrophe in there.
You're the best.
Why did that not?
I don't think it's in.
No. I'm just confused that the other banners didn't come up.
You can at least follow the links in the banners themselves to get to the other places.
Oh, because I hit T, not Y. Sorry, they look very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Unfortunately, we do not have the banner for the 5th one up yet, so we will have to do this the hard way. Which is actually pretty hard considering that there's like new USBs and what have you. Well,
yeah. Actually, you know what? Why don't we look at the thing that just came out at 9 o'clock an hour ago and go over that, and maybe the 5th one will come out in that time frame.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So we'll put a pin in this for just a second, and then we're going to go look at the free thing that just hit it a little while ago.
So, the thing that just came out is this. The Selection Relic sets, it's called the Anniversary Present Relic Draw. And actually, I'm just going to check a thing. I'm going to cross-reference this with the game to see if they actually changed anything. Here it is. Oh god, I was trying to scroll and yeah, that's not gonna work. So let me just cross-reference this real fast.
It looks right.
Yeah, unless there is something real goofy done.
We're getting confirmation from the chat that everything appears to be the same.
Okay, cool. Alright.
Thank you, chat.
Yes, thank you. Speeds up that process quite a bit. So, what this is it is a free free 11 draw. Generally, I think it is all relics through Fleeting Memories FF8 event that we had. After you do that, you can pull a set of relics that is an OSB, a BSB, generally for the same character, and an SSB for a different one from each realm. One. Alright, you can choose one set for each realm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was still a confusing way of wording. There's a set for each realm. You can choose one set. There we go.
Yes.
Got it out.
There's a bunch of sets. It's good. We'll be fine.
So, first
and that's a good point from someone in the chat. All the SSBs are healer relics.
Good point. That's actually a very good point. Some of them aren't medicas, but they're usually for healers. Good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so going down this list. Let me actually. God, I have that moment where I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, but it's not coming out.
It's all right.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just all relics. So we're not even gonna talk about the draw. It's just fucking everything.
Yeah. We're not worried about the draw. We're just talking about these relics because
so
we can't talk about the draw.
Yeah. First up, Warrior of Light is the OSB and the BSB. I will probably not talk about the OSB that much because OSB out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
But the BSB is a 8-hit intro in Holy. Command 1 is a Guardbringer effect.
Mm-hmm.
With Command 2 giving you a 50% defense boost.
Yeah, this BSB is pretty much Gladio's BSB.
Yep, except with a 50% defense boost instead of a Sentinel effect.
Yes.
Sarah's is a Cura with haste.
Curaga.
It's Curaga? Alright, Curaga with haste. So. Big thing to note about this, aside from those, the sword and shield are both native holy boosts.
That is a very strong candidate for a pull.
Warrior of Light, also a very solid character, though his relic dive or his legend dive is shitty.
Yes.
It's not great.
Yeah. You'll actually be hearing this say that a lot. For a lot of these characters are good picks for picking up weapons. It's gonna be hard to pick one over the other.
So for 2, we have Furion, OSB out of 10. Command 2
that BSB.
is instant cast AoE damage, holy, non-elemental, with a blink. Also, holy boosting sword. Command 1 deals 1 to 8 damage, mattering on the number of times you have used the command. And
it scales pretty fast too.
Not really. It takes a very long time to build up. At the end, though, it is the strongest. Except for Steely Blade, it is the strongest command.
Yeah.
In the game, with a potency of 416. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, potency.
but that takes 8 turns. That is the problem.
Your burst will run out before you get there, so you'd have to reapply the burst.
Yeah,
But that's not so bad because the burst is instant cast. So
yeah, and the buff from that goes into that stack stays between bursts. Like it doesn't fall off as soon as the burst is gone. Command 2 is a 4-hit single target with instant cast.
yeah,
That is actually the really good move here. Furion's burst is actually very powerful. It's just weird. Because Furion is such a weird jack of all trades.
if you are really hurting for a magic blink, this is a good pickup. When it first came out, it was super powerful. I don't know if it's worth picking it up now.
Many Lots just does bring up a good point. We are getting the 33 draw in a day or so. So, not
I
a
think
bad
it
idea
roll
to
over in
hold
like
off
6
on.
hours.
What?
It's in 6 hours.
Well, there you go. Not a bad idea to hold off on this until that 33, like picking your relic here until that 33 draw. But anyway, let's continue. Lunith and Arc are the stars for
3.
3. Both of Lunith's items are wind boosters, and Arc's is a holy boost. OSB out of 10. The BSB is 100% stun on cast, which is oddly powerful.
I still use this. It's very situationally great.
Command 2 is a attack resistance bargain, or the hailstorm effect. And Command 1 is a 4-hit single target with a pretty okay multiplier, with a 9% chance to stun on each hit. That's oddly powerful, and roaming warrior this was how I beat the old FF3 Magicite, or Moat dungeon. Arcs is a instant cast physical blink with Curaga.
Now, this is something that frustrates the heck out of me. Look at Arc's SSB, and then look right above it at Minwu's SSB.
Weird.
Yeah, Arc's is just flat out better.
It's almost
because
as if,
not only does it give a physical blink, but it also gives a holy plus robe.
it's almost as if I didn't talk about Minwu's.
I know.
I set you up. Yeah, Arc is Minwu, but better.
In this case, yeah, he really is.
Um,
Oh well.
Moving on to 4. Both of Cecil's things are holy boosting swords. OSB out of 10. BSB is old. Very old. It's one of the first BSBs to come out. But it is a holy in Holy On entrance. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE. Command 1 is a single hit with a not even
Hero
percentile
level
heal.
It's bad.
It's you much like Kane, you would use this BSB for the Inholy.
But hey, Rosa.
Rosa, not instant, but a Curaga with a magic blink to all allies. I think chat does bring up a good point that if you are struggling for holy boosting stuff, take FF1 instead.
Yes.
The magic blink on Rosa is very nice, but so is the haste on a thing. Bart's.
Jeez, no.
He's back again.
No.
OSB out of 10, though it should be noted that his OSB hits 4 elements, has a slightly lower multiplier, but does hit 4 elements. It comes with the water BSB, which is 8 single target water within water. Command 2 is a 4-hit water non-elemental. Command 1 is a single hit with a tax steal. So, a little different there. But it's a Bart's burst.
I mean, what else do you want to say? It's water.
Yep, it water. Lena's is a Curaga with a 50% resistance booster, which is very nice.
That is more powerful than you might think.
Yes.
Having a resistance booster of that high caliber is very nice for a healer.
Yep.
It's great for Sid missions.
Yep, and I think that's about the most I can say about that one.
Yeah.
Celis is weird. It's a holy boosting sword and a holy boosting sword with realm synergy. The OSB has an odd multiplier booster and is also holy wind, mattering on how many magic attacks she's hit with. And should be noted, they have to be typed. They can't be nat.
Yep. Yeah, white, black, blue, or summon. What's that blue command?
There are some things that enemies are typed blue.
I know, I'm just poking fun.
Anytime you see arrow come up, that is actually an enemy typed blue.
And then you got our BSB.
Yes, which is very
old.
Nice.
It's old, but it's good.
It's the old attack mag buff, the first one that came up, with an Inholy attached to it. No damage, but still very nice because it's an attack mag buff. Command 1 is Holy Fire. Command 2 is Holy Ice. Exactly the same. Mirrors of Ishali. Yeah, no, it's good. The Inholy on it is very strong. It's also a holy boosting sword. It's old. It's her first BSB. It's still very nice.
Absolutely.
Realm comes here with the painting of Lakshmi. I actually can, just from looking at it, I know exactly what it is, which is a Curaga with high regen.
Yes.
High regen is very powerful because I think high regen is it's going to end up being like a 3k heal over the course of 50 seconds.
And also remove sap if you're on a character, if it's on a character, so that's nice.
Or poison, which actually became relevant very recently.
Yes.
For reference, I'm talking about the FF5 Ultimate, where the poison in that was way more potent than usual. 7. Sephiroth is your attacker, Aerith is your healer, which is funny.
Yep.
BSB or OSB out of 10, though do note 2 elements.
Yep. This is a BSB 2, I believe.
Correct. Sorry, I had to check it and make sure that you were right there. Dark boosting katana, which is nice. Dual blink 2 on entrance with an in dark, so dual blink will work on mag or physical. Yes, the dark katana is very good for ninjas in general. Command 1 is more hits mattering on your attack. Command 2 is a 2-hit with a dark bargain. So that's attack up, defense down.
This is a really good burst.
It's very good. The damage on just the command and the entrance itself are kind of crazy.
And it's a dark boosting katana as well. I was actually looking real hard just at that alone, the BSB, because the OSB is whatever. It's nice to have, but it's not huge. But that BSB is nice.
Aerith is a Cura heal with re-raise. Yeah.
It's her first SSB heal thing. It's very old.
It's not good, is what I think you mean to say.
Yes. But it's okay. It's in between 2 really good SSB heals. Hey, let's move on to 8 really quickly.
Yep. So in 8, we have Quistis's OSB, which is a bit different. It's magic, first of all, which magic OSBs are generally better. The whip itself is plus poison boost.
Which is like just her?
Yeah. But also, for what it's worth, the OSB has a 15% chance to inflict poison, blind, silence, and confuse. It's a shame that's also attached to the best animation in the game, because it is Doom Train.
Yep. I want to pull this just to have it.
Yep.
But I don't think I'd ever use it. Besides, is poison even an element anymore in game?
No. No? Yes? No?
I know. Oh. But hey, that BSB is pretty good if you need poison damage.
Yes, this is probably the best poison BSB in the game. 8 random poison non-elemental hits with an in poison attached to it. Command 2 is a 2-hit AoE poison, which grants magic bargain, magic up, defense down. And Command 1 is 4 hit, single target, slightly lower multiplier with a 7% chance to cause poison, blind, silence, confuse. The status effects are very rarely relevant, but the damage is potent.
It's nice.
Selfie comes in as your healer with a Kiraga with M-Blink, which, good.
I mean, what else can you say on that one? It's almost as good as Ark's thing, but not quite.
Again, this is like if you are grasping for poison damage, which, like, if you are, what?
Man, if you had everything on the other banners, but you're like, oh man, I just really need some stuff in 8. You know what? Go for this. Or if you just really like Quistis, and if that's the case, that's great.
Yep. For 9, Zidane and Aiko. Zidane, OSB has a weird modifier where he needs 4 females in the party. It should also be noted that the sword itself gives you +2 Geshl green drops. Which is weird.
Yeah, it is. This is one of those things that I'm pretty sure the developers of the game introduced and then immediately regretted that they did it.
The burst is his first burst, which is 6 AoE wind. Imperil Wind, Command 1 and 2 are both steals of attack and defense, respectively. I'm not popping, am I?
Not to me.
Yeah, that must just be my headset moving or something. I'm hearing something in my ear, like a little bit of a something, but I think that just might be my headset moving. Anyway, yeah, it's okay. It's a little outdated. I think that's the worst I can say about it.
And then you got Aiko, and that's her first SSB, I believe.
Yes. I have actually already given my opinion on this. So let's move on.
Hi, Titus.
Titus comes with a water boosting sword, which is a big goddamn deal.
Yep, I got this sword. It's very nice.
The BSB had a weird thing where it wasn't fantastic for a very long time until what's it called? Sapphire Shot became a real thing, and now it's very good because it's in water.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Titus's whole thing is, why aren't you using Sapphire Shard? Shard? Oop, that's a bad word. Sapphire Shot. Hold on.
It's been 2 hours. Anyway, the commands really aren't anything to write home about, and neither is the entrance, but the in water is very nice. He's definitely one of those boys that has an outdated burst 1, but in elements, so it's still decent.
Yeah, it is.
The Uni-Heal is the best healing SSB in the game.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Ark's is pretty good too, but I think
healing.
For pure healing, yes. Woo.
Okay, moving on, because now we're getting to one of the heavy hitters here.
Yes.
9 hosts.
9?
Or, sorry, it's the XI. 11 here hosts Ayame as your DPS and Prish as the healer.
Yep, it's a good healing item though.
It's extremely good. I'm going to start with that because you start with the worst one. So it's a static Medica with last stand and high regen. It's good. It's very good. The OSB is OSB out of 10. The BSB is the second strongest Ice BSB in the game. This would be the strongest if Squall didn't exist. The entrance is an 8-hit with an in Ice. Command 2 is a 2-hit Dark Bargain. Command 1 is a 4-hit
Ice move.
Ice move, yes. I feel like the entrance has more than just that. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
While he's doing that, the thing about the SSB is that it's on a monk, Now the monk has access to white magic abilities, but she's mainly to be there to punch people's faces in, so that she can actually do that restore max HP, give blast stand, and hit high regen while also busting people's faces in is amazing.
I was right. They didn't put everything down here. Ayame's entrance, aside from the 8 hits and the infused ice, also gives her an attack resistance buff.
Yeah, which makes it even better.
So Ayame is ice physical. Sid Reigns in regard, in that she is entirely self-sufficient. She can give herself Hailstorm, Command 2, and the entrance to almost hit attack cap all on her own.
So she can come along on mage teams if you need her to.
Exactly. So if you go, I have an entirely mage-based ice party, but I need one more damage dealer for Magicite. This actually isn't a bad choice, because you can bring her to that ice Magicite, and she will buff herself up to the attack cap entirely on her own. I'd say the only downside about choosing 11 on this is that there are no elemental boosters on here.
Yeah. Also, in reference to some things from the chat, that Prish, I think it's Prish, right? That Prish thing, I remember using that quite a bit for Sid missions and stuff in 11, if we ever get another 11 banner. That is a lifesaver. It's not the best thing ever, but I'd rather have that than like half the other SSBs that are the healer items on this set. So it's surprisingly useful. And Ayame's BSB is just stupid.
It's, again, the second best ice DPS in the game.
Yeah.
Both here is the DPS. Alarsa is the healer for 12. OSB out of 10. This, I believe, is the BSB 2?
Yes. His BSB 1 is different.
Yeah. So 8 random fire ranged attacks with Imperil Fire. Command 2, or let's go with Command 1 first. 2 single target ranged, 25% chance to minor Imperil. Command 2 is 4 single targets with a scaling multiplier, depending on how many times you use Command 1. So they want you to use Command 1 4 times, and then fire off that Command 2. Or, no, that caps at 3. So 3 times Command 1, and then Command 2.
Yep.
It's okay.
I'd be a lot happier if either of Balthier's items were just a flat fire booster.
Yeah, because they're a rare weapon type, I feel like they should be a flat fire booster.
Yeah, because they're guns.
Yeah, it's silly that they're not, because, like, who beside, like, other than sharpshooters, I think it's, like, lightning and pain that could utilize that.
Yeah, because most of the other people who have gun access don't have access to fire moves.
Exactly. It's silly that these aren't flat fire boosters. And Larsa is a Kiraga with a haste attached to it, which is exactly what it sounds. So you've talked about this already. It's okay.
It's Sarah's thing from FF1.
Yep.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Moving down, we have Lightning and Vanille for 13. Lightning's OSB is a thing that exists.
A learning experience.
Yeah, so
on what not to do.
You have to use up 2 bars for this OSB to hit normal multiplier of anybody else's OSB. It's odd. Lightning's it's Lightning's BSB 2. We've already talked about this. It's old, underwhelming maybe a little bit, but it is an Imperil, so if you're looking for that, that exists.
It's a little odd that this is here and also on the festival.
You know why? It's because her BSB 1 is bad.
Well, yeah, I know that. It's just, I wish they had just used someone besides Lightning.
Yep, they could have.
Here.
Though, off the top of my head, other than Reigns, which if they put Reigns on here, that'd be gross. I can't think of a BSB I would want from 13.
No, I can't either. But I was thinking they could. The only other person I could really think of that'd be a good idea would be Fang, and that's not even a good idea.
Yep. the healing SSB is a Medica.
Raga Ether.
Yeah, Kiraga Ether with a holy boosting staff. So that exists.
Which is pretty useful in 13, but anywhere as well.
All right, we want to talk about a heavy hitter. Let's move on to 14.
This is a serious contender. I think this is serious contender number 2.
Yeah, because Papalimo here has some of the best fire DPS for a BSB on a mage. The OSB is OSB out of 10. Just, it's fire. Keep that in mind. Oh, there you go. Nabat's BSB, which has an Imperil, and then, like, the Imperil stacking thing. But, yeah, I don't think she has an OSB.
And that's really what the problem is.
Yeah.
There's not that many people in 13 with OSBs.
Anyway. So, Command 2 is a magic bargain, so that's magic up, defense down. Command 1 is a 3-2-6 hit, mattering on your mag stat. Each hit is 200 multiplier.
That is stupid strong.
You will cap damage.
Yes. Unless you're against, like, a Magicide, and even then, you're going to be real close.
And then Ishtola's is weird because it's, like, one of the few not Medicas on here. But it's a good way to start a fight with Protect, Shell, and Heavy Regen.
I actually use this a lot myself in fights where I'm not using Recoup, just because it's nice to be able to go, okay, from a healer who's got crazy high mind, I don't have to worry about Protect, Shell, and Shell wearing off for a while, and I've got High Regen for a while as well.
Yep. It's, powerful.
Yeah. Also, Papalimo's BSB is a fire boosting rod. It's a fire boosting rod.
It's a fire boosting
There are not
rod.
many of those.
Yep.
I think that there are only, like, maybe one other that's just a flat fire boosting rod, because there's a bunch of record synergy ones, but that is really, really good.
There's no real way for me to look that up, but I would venture to guess that you're right.
Yes.
And then moving down, we're not actually done. There's one after 15, right?
Yeah.
So we got Noctis and Iris, because only one healer, for 15. This is Noctis's OSB, which has a higher multiplier because it's not hitting an element. And I think this gives him the Armor mode with the Stone Skin that, like, gives him the bonus stuff as long as he has the Stone Skin up.
Yeah, I think that gives him a really big Stone Skin effect, more than normal.
Yeah, and then the Burst gives him really big stat boosts on entrance, with also 10 hit single target. Command 2 is a quick cast with 2 hits, and Command 2 is a Stone Skin that also restores one ability use.
Oh, from the chat, it's just 30% Stone Skin for the OSB. It's 100% for his USB.
Right. That's what I figured. But anyway, this kind of wants you to cycle the OSB into the BSB to keep that Stone Skin up.
Yep.
For the stat boosts, but on its own, I'm not really wowed by his OSB, like, bonus thing, but it is a hard-hitting OSB nonetheless.
Noctis is a really good character that I would recommend a lot of people have, which is the non-elemental damage specialist. You always need to have the people who do elemental things, but it's nice to have someone who's just going to deal consistent damage no matter what. And he definitely fits that bill, because his whole thing is just consistently doing, like, Omega Strikes, or whatever it's called, and a lot of other non-elemental damage. So if you are already set on your elemental stuff, it might not be a bad idea to pick this up.
Iris's SSB is a little odd. 5 AoE white with a haste crit chance plus 50% to all allies. No heal.
You know, if you need a haste in realm, this does the job, but yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a little odd.
Just remember that she has a BSB that's so much better. I think the main reason that her SSB is an offensive thing is because this came out at the same time as the BSB, and they didn't want to have both her SSB and the BSB be Medicas. So they just made this to do stuff. I don't know, man. I'm BSing at this point.
Anywho, let's get on to the last one, which is Tactics. 2 Holy Swords for Agris.
There she is.
OSB out of 10. The BSB is AoE Holy with Imperil Holy. Command 2 is 2 single target with a resistance plus 40%. And Command 1 is 2 hits Holy with Sentinel.
I think those should just be Holy Non.
You might be
wrong
right.
about that. In any case, that BSB she's got, it is old, but it still does work.
Yeah, it hits very hard. That's the thing that you should really look at here with a 147 entrance. It will generally cap damage, and the AoE Imperil is also very useful. Ovelia is the SSB, which it is similar to what we've been seeing. It is Curaga with M-Blink. It does work.
If I was just looking at all these things, I'm thinking, man, I need holy boosters, I'd actually go with FF1. If you're looking to pick up some holy boosters, because FF1 gives you a holy sword and a holy shield, which means you can have one character at a 40% boost, and you get a nice healing thing on Sarah. If I'm just looking at it like, which one of these so many realms would I pick personally, it's probably 11 or 14.
Yep. That was what I was going to take away, too. Really, what it does boil down to is what do you like? What game do you like? What character do you like? Because that can pull
and what do you already have?
Yeah,
because that might color some of these things.
Bartz's in water one also isn't too bad to grab. Also because that comes with the 50% resistance booster right here, which, not to undersell it, that is very powerful. Celis's is nice because it has a buff attached to it. Sephiroth is very good dark damage. Quistis is the charity fool. I'm sorry, Quistis, but poison just isn't relevant.
Yeah. By the way, someone in the chat brought this up. The FF1 banner that's coming up pretty soon does have the Warrior of Light's BSB on it, so be wary.
Titus does have a plus water sword, which is very rare. Balthier, I don't think is a choice at all. Lightning, I really don't think is a choice at all either.
I would only pull the lightning thing if you're waiting until after Banner 2 goes out and you get like all the stuff. You're like, man, I want another plus 20 attack on lightning. And then you know what? If you really want to do it, you go for it. Or plus 10 because it's the same BSB. Sorry.
Yeah, 15 is good elemental. Tactics is good holy. And then, of course, the two winners is 14 with the very good fire, some of the best fire damage in the game, and 11 with some of the best ice damage in the game. I might actually be going with 11, personally.
Actually, and someone brought this up because I had forgotten about it. 3 is also a really good pick because you got 2 wind-boosting spears, and Luna's a good character, and also, if you don't have Arc's SSB, it's really good.
I used it to great success against the not the one that we just had, but the one before it, 14 event with the guy that had the physical attack that did the dispel. I used this to deal with that.
Now, one thing just for our people who are in here for the stream, because I'm pretty sure Newbie's review is going to come out after the 33 draw. Do not do your pick until after the 33 draw, because you might pick up something that completely changes how you would do this.
Yep.
Or if you're going to do a second 33 draw, that's your choice. Don't do it until you have to do that as well.
Hey, guess what?
What's up?
I don't think the banner's up.
God damn it. We stalled as long as we could.
I'm going to do one more check by doing a manual search.
You know what? Why don't you do your poll for this thing since we just talked about it?
Because...
You're going to do the polls at the end?
Well, A, that, but B, like... I guess I can do the pool and not the... no, let's wait.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go over the stuff for Banner 5.
Yeah,
We tried.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a broken down version of this at all. But, unfortunately, we have to do it this way. We don't have the thing up yet. Some of these are going to be hard because I'll have to, or you'll have to get this... references up But
Hold up. Let me pull up the
big unknown one for me is Yuffie's USB. I cannot remember what that does. But anyway, I'll start with the first two. Terra's is a fire arcane 3-hit overstrike. Look in the 3rd anniversary mega thread for Banner 5 overview. That might work. Hold up. There we go. Oh yeah, did you know? That's why I was confused. Lunith literally got buffed to 5-star celerity in this. That's why. Referencing that.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh, someone's trying to link something, and then they got slapped for it. Let me...
Okay, here we go. I have the Japanese stuff. And nothing was changed on this. Okay, we're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay, well...
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over this again.
Anywho. Nothing changed on this banner, so this is fine to use.
Mm-hmm.
So. First up, we have, now names here will all change probably, but, Terra's, Arcane. Let me just see if this one is better, the one that Fuzel linked. I could use this one instead. That way we actually have the proper wording and all that. I might hop back and forth between the two. Okay, so Terra with the Durandal is an arcane with his 3 hits. It's one of the 3-hit overflows or arcanes. Yuffie is a 20 single to 1 overflow arcane. So Yuffie's better for chains. Terra's good for chain caps.
Yes.
Krill returns with her limit chain for fire, which has the party quick cast 2. And Titus is the same, but for water.
Yeah, one's fire magic, one's water physical, but they both do quick cast 2 and they both activate chains. I'd be thrilled to pieces to get either of those.
Yep. Yuffie's USB 2, which is new.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, so she does the 2-hit, 10 hits, water single target, self blink 1, in water, self water blade follow up. Now, I'm gonna jump back to the Japanese one to see if they explain what that follow up is. No, they don't. So we don't have an explanation for that follow up. That's the only unfortunate thing from this. But that is a chaser on water abilities. Yeah, I can't really think of much more to say to that. The thing that does really set up is with the self blink 1. Okay, here we go. 4, 6, 8 chase on water attacks based on the number of blinks you have. So she gives herself 1 blink. She uses the. Did we seriously go through another Katamari playlist? No. Okay, it was taking a moment. I was about to lose my shit. So she'll use that, and then does the stacking blink move, which works and gives her 2 stacks, and then we'll immediately follow up that with the 8 hits, and then she can go into the 7-hit move, which will have 8 hit follow-ups. It's very good.
Yeah. If you have any way of having her build up blinks quickly, which we might find later, she's gonna be a really good washing machine.
Alright, and we're moving on to Clint's. Terra comes with an Fire Stacker. And then Yuffie comes with one that is different.
This is stupid. This is really dumb.
0 charge, blink 2, blink stack 2, so she's allowed to stack to 2 blinks, and ninja ability plus 30%.
I don't know why this is a thing.
Because it's good.
Yeah.
They wanted to do school boosts, and what better way to, aside from a ninja school boost? So each school boosting glint also has an added effect. Bartz gets one down the line for spell blades that gives him quick cast.
Yeah.
Before I actually tried out the in elemental ones, I said that Yuffie is one of the only good glints, and I now just stand here saying it is the best glint.
Yes, that's probably a better way to put it.
The stacking elemental ones are good, and they will do work for you. But the glint here just sets you up instantly for those ninja moves, and also you're dealing 30% more damage. It's stupid. I don't really think there's much more to say about that unless you have something.
Nope. It's going to make her just disgusting in terms of water damage.
Yeah, hopping back over here for a second. Okay,
There's a race happening right now in water between who can do the most water damage between her, Titus, and Edge. They keep going back and forth between which one's actually doing the most. I don't know who's in the lead right now, but I'm pretty sure after this, Yuffie's going to be there.
Yeah, with the glint and the USB, she definitely takes the lead. Sorry, jumping over to the wiki real fast, because these don't have commands on here.
Yeah, I was trying to find that.
Yeah, just go to the wiki, just search the character on the wiki. None of these are new, so. And I'll double check that real fast. Make sure I'm not talking out my butt. Yep, none of those are new. So, we have Terra's BSB2, which is an 8-hit single target fire, within fire and burst mode. Commands being a 2-hit and a mag defense bargain. Command 1 being a 4-hit with dealing more damage if they're vulnerable. Just a solid fire burst, which she needed because her first burst was very outdated. Which, if you haven't picked up yet, the banner is Fire Water. Yeah, I really don't have too much more to say about that.
It's a fire bracer.
Oh, does it?
It's a plus fire armor.
Yeah, look at that. So it is.
And then Yuffie Spiral Shuriken, which I think is her BSB2, right?
Yes.
I think this is the one that's got Riptide and Eroding Wave.
Yes, Yuffie too.
So
this is a no charge time, 6-hit AoE in peril. Do you have
it
the
might
first
be
commands?
Cup Overflowing, actually. No, actually, no. If this is the second one, which I think it might be Doom of the Living.
It's Doom of the Living.
It is, okay. Then the Command 1 is 2 ranged attacks, grants physical blink 1 to the user. Command 2 is 2 ranged attacks with a little bit more potency, I think. And they have Smart Ether.
Okay, so she can
also these have ninja cast times.
Yeah, so she can refill stuff and also give herself blinks. It's okay. It combos okay into like the ninja moves, but the problem is you do have to use that. You do have to grant herself the blink stack, the ability to stack blinks. It doesn't come from the burst. The ether though keeps her running because I have run Edge with the ninja moves, and I frequently find myself running out of them.
Yeah.
Mainly because, ninjas cast fast, you're going to run through abilities faster.
You need to have just a ton of hones for him to be able to keep just spitting out damage.
Yep. Moving on though. Twilight Steel, which is Titus's BSB2. 0 charge time, 10 hits. Attack defense up, instant cast 1.
And then the commands are Command 1 is 4 water non-elemental hits. Command 2 is 3 hits with plus 15% to sharpshooter.
Yeah, so they really want you to combo this. And again, all of Titus' stuff is, why aren't you using Sapphire Shot?
I wish I could say something else to that, but that's his entire thing is he should be doing Sapphire Shot every single turn.
No, this is an actual song on the Katamari soundtrack. It's a very odd song.
We're almost there, folks. We're almost there.
It's a very odd song, but this is actually a song on the Katamari soundtrack. But anyway, yeah, this the nice thing about this is that the commands are type sharpshooter, so you can just combo these into the commands.
Yes.
So that does exist. And there was something mentioned that we should specify. Yuffie's glint is not elemental typed.
Yes.
Mind you, generally you're gonna run her as a water ninja.
Mm-hmm. But she can use it for anything.
Yeah.
Well, anything ninja. And then we have Legend Materia records.
Uh-huh.
They're all good. You all right there, newbie?
I'm running out of music again. Hold up.
Okay. Why don't you take care of that and I'll talk about these, okay?
It's going to take me 5 seconds.
Well, I'll start on the first one anyway. So the first one is Azra's Rod. It's for Terra. It's a low chance to dual cast fire damage abilities. This is gross because Terra, her Legend Dive gets her the ability to trance, which lowers cast time and a whole bunch of other stuff. So with that and her ability to just nuke enemies with fire damage, this gets dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I can't check, but is this a fire booster?
No.
It might be. Okay, that'd be stupid if it was, and that would make me want to draw even more on this banner.
So yeah, low chance to double cast fire. It's very powerful. Yuffie's Guise is medium chance for self blink 1 when using ninja abilities. So it really helps you to keep those blinks up when you're using the ninja stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the most I can say about that. I have that on Edge, and it's very nice. It's just the real part where that ever comes into play is it's really nice when you use that first 2-hit blink one, and you proc this, and you're like, I'm good. But it does help down the line if like you get tagged while casting, and then like you do your move, and then boom, you got your blink back anyway.
Yeah.
Titus's is start in watered, which
it is a water boosting armor.
It is a water boosting armor and can be comboed into so much stuff.
I actually pulled 2 of these on the last water banner, that unique water banner back in January. And I, for a second, was like really ticked off. Oh man, I don't really have stuff for Titus. This is kind of cruddy. And then I saw that it was water boosting armor, and I instantly forgave any kind of frustration because that is super rare.
Yeah. It does a lot for itself and for you and for me.
And the entire human race. Anyway, moving on to Krill's dress.
It's in fire. Start battle fired. Also a fire booster.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the times the things that say start and element are that element's booster, like naturally.
Yes.
All right.
That's it. I think this banner is really powerful.
This is a very solid banner.
Yeah. There's not one thing on this that I turn my nose up to at all.
And another thing about this banner is that it's got a lot of newer stuff on it, so you might not have a lot of dupes on it.
Yes. Second only to the wind banner. Mm-hmm. It has the second most. The only things
now
that
you
are
might
old,
have Titus's chain because that thing's been friggin' everywhere. But
yeah, the only thing that are old are the chains, the BSBs, and the Legend Materia. The glints, the arcanes, and Yuffie's USB are new.
Yeah. So I think this is a really good. I think it's just a really good banner.
Yeah, I think
I would say this banner personally is the one I'm most hyped about, but I think all these banners this year are actually very solid. Oh,
thank you for the host, Doc. Yeah, I think I have one item on this.
Mm-hmm. I should specify, I currently have one item on this. I have technically 44 draws that are about to happen.
Hell yeah. Which, speaking of which, now that we're done going over all the banners, should we transition to the other thing that's going to be happening tonight?
The polls?
The pools?
Yeah, why don't you go
because
do
yeah,
that?
let's do the one final just like look at each banner.
Yes. Okay, the overall thing.
Yeah. So banner 1 is King Shit of support.
Yep.
If you're lacking some support, or even if you have like a little bit, this is fantastic. But you do really have to sort of weigh your options against what you have and what is on this. Why is Lightning listed on this as Claire? Like, I get that's her real name.
Oh,
but
I think
why
it was
is...
to not break the table.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Anyway, banner 2 is very, very strong Lightning Ice. The weakest thing being Lightning's BSB2, which is still an imperil. When you can say the weakest thing is an imperil,
Yes.
it's still pretty good. I can't remember how we ranked the Earth one. I think the Earth one was still pretty alright.
The Earth one has a couple not great things in the middle section there. Gladio's OSB is pretty much as good as a stat stick. It's not good for the actual OSB effect because it's an OSB.
also should be emphasized. I'm just noticing this. The only OSB on any of these banners.
Yeah.
Wow.
But if you need a fire boosting sword and also a sword that in realm gives earth, that's a really good pickup. It really is. But other than that, I mean, there's I'm not a big fan of Tifa's Burst 2, but
Yeah,
otherwise.
same.
And also, you might be a little skittish about this one if you've drawn for any of the Onion Knights things or TG Sid's thing, because you might have those, and since those were added on, that could sour the banner for you. Otherwise, I still think this is a very powerful banner. If you have no dupes, if you're looking at all 5 of these banners with no dupes, this one's up at the top. It's just I'm kind of soured on it personally because I've got a bunch of dupes, so I can't objectively talk about it.
Yeah. And then Wind Banner, which this seems to be their gimmick nowadays, has some of the strongest items on it, but also some of the weakest items.
Yeah, it's got a couple duds.
Mainly, I really don't like Zach's BSB.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
The Zach and Cloud's Legend Materia are very, very lacking. Aside from that, it's still pretty good wind overall. Luna's Glint is always still pretty powerful. Zach's new USB is pretty good. And I really like Luna's USB, and Cloud's USB is very broken.
Oh, also, the 2 things at the bottom of the 4 Clouds Legend Materia record and Zach's Legend Materia record, if you don't have much stuff for them, those aren't super good.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, I really don't like either of their Legend Materia.
Yeah, but if you have things for them, they actually, the synergy makes them much more potent. So I'd be okay to get those items if I had like a couple items on the banner for them.
And then banner 5, the Fire Water one, is fantastic. It might be the strongest banner here.
Yeah, if you're looking for damage and you need to pick up some fire and water stuff, this I hope you don't have too many dupes because this looks really good.
Mm-hmm. All right, and that is it.
Mm-hmm. Good luck on all your banners, people, when you get to them. I hope this helped out a little bit with that.
Yep, I just gotta change scenes over. There we go.
Now, Newbie has a couple surprises for you guys tonight.
I'm gonna get this music up and close that down, close that down, close that down, and I'm gonna move this over. You wanna hang out for pools? To get mad?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I'm going to. When we do it as a group, we usually call it a blood pact because we're goofy. I'm going to pull along on the free 11 one with you.
Okay.
And then I will get super salty at the other thing.
Alright, yeah, let's do the free 11 one first then.
Prepare for salt.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to hit instantly when I hit the thing. So let's do 3, 2, 1 blood pack and then hit the rare relic draw times 11.
Yeah, just a sec. I gotta get there.
Okay.
It lets me in. Alright, use free 11 relic. You ready?
Yeah, alright.
Alright, take it away, man.
And just questioning, you haven't actually hit the button, like the rare relic draw times 11 thingy, right?
Oh, no, I did actually hit that.
Oh, okay, and then there's another screen. Okay, here we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1, blood pact.
Blood pact.
See, as always, blood packs are bad decisions that you make with your friends.
Exactly. So you can revel in the salt together. I hate you already. Because I got just one thing. I told you guys, prepare for salt. It's coming. That's actually another reason why we do these together, is that usually if one person gets a bad pull, they can just have that feeling of, at least I ate bad luck for other people. Shut up.
Alright, that's new. Thank you for the bits. I have no idea what that is. Same?
What the hell is that?
Oh shit, that's Transramu.
That's such a bad pull for me.
Oh, that's a legend materia. Oh wow, I got Gordon's legend materia, which is okay because I do have his BSB, which I think is a stat booster.
Yeah, I picked up a Diaz SSB.
Oh shit!
Such a bad pull.
Oh shit! Isgavine just got easier, baby.
I'm so angry at you right now.
And then yeah, this one. I've used this many times in the video. That is a dupe and a half.
I hate you so much.
Nope, that's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I just want to.
Oh, you already have the thief costume?
Yeah, I use that all the time in videos now because it's a SSB 3030.
Yeah, and also gives a instant cast, right?
It lets her do like both her dances immediately after it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check Series 2 because I'm pretty sure I have something for Gordon. Yeah, I have his Burst, which is not a stat booster. Damn. I have one thing for Gordon, and I pulled his Legend Materia, and the one thing I have isn't a stat booster. Well, I'll take the good Isgabine is now slightly easier.
Yeah, and you also got a Dynamite USB at the same time.
Yeah. Oh no, the chat is throwing in all the salt. Thank you for the bits, Foozle.
The salt's not for you, it's for me.
Okay, let's do this as a countdown. Let's start on,
Start at the 15 and move down?
Yep.
Good call.
Okay. We're gonna get a bit of, like, music each time. This is good. Alright, 15 go.
And not just 15. This is also Tactics and Type 0.
Alright. That's just the one. But what can it be? Who knows? Let's fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright. I have no fucking clue what that is. I got Mog's LMR. Or Mont Blanc's.
I was about to say, how did you get... What?
Moderate chance to reduce the delay of the user's action when using Black Mage abilities. Okay. It's alright. It's good for Sid missions there.
I like that it's called the Magic Crutch.
Okay, here we go. 14. Big money. No whammies, 14.
I actually, my second best draw was in 14 because I picked up Y'shtola's Legend Materia record.
Alright, we got 1-3. And it's... I think I have that already. Nope, I don't. It's actually my first thing for Ida.
Hey!
The super's okay. It's a defense resistance now. That's actually really good.
Yes.
Embrace the user's attack monitor amount. Okay. Yeah, no. That's
I
actually
think
really
that's
nice.
her SSB2. Because her first one was the Twin Snake Fang whatever thing. Also minor Earth Resist armor. That's a nice pickup.
Hey, yeah. That's not a bad pickup. That'll be good for videos.
Yeah, wow, that does a lot of stuff.
Finally, I get to use Ida.
Yeah. Ida saved my bacon when I was doing the Torment dungeons for 14. Because I had her BSB, and her BSB tears apart that Garuda.
Well, I got a 6 in 13.
Oh boy.
I have a lot of 6s in 13.
I know you do, which is why I said oh boy.
I cannot believe you've done this. I can't believe you've done this.
Yes?
I can't believe you have done this. I can't believe you've done this.
Is there a problem, newbie?
I cannot believe you've done this.
Okay, buddy, you can't complain. You got a dynamite pull in that free 11.
Yeah, that's true.
You have an 8-star boomerang. Can you just upgrade that right now, please? Can you just go upgrade that?
Oh, you can't. I can upgrade it. I can't.
Yeah, upgrade. Not get it to 9-star. Just upgrade it up to its max.
Exist. You can't 9-star.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Why am I in armor?
Man, when 9 stars hit, this has to be the first thing you upgrade. Or combine, excuse me.
The only one.
Right now. Why are you looking through? Yeah, you're looking through armor. You need to be in weapons.
Yeah, I need to be in weapons. Mag. 77. 177 mag.
It's a boomerang.
Okay, now I'm gonna sort by mag and just even see if that is the highest mag.
I hope it isn't. I hope somehow you have something else. Yep,
No,
see, I'm using hope really to drive it in.
With the modifiers, it's slightly better than something else.
Oh, it's made my day.
But, what if, hold up, let me hit this good button right here. Look at that, baby! With synergy. Oh, baby, that is outrageous. Holy shit.
You have to bring hope to the next thing. You absolutely have to. 346 magic.
Okay, anyway, what do I sort this by? Level ascending.
Oh, God.
Or actually gain newest. Yeah, that's the best way to do that.
Oh, a reference to people in the chat, why does Newbie have so much money? He hasn't combined all of his 3- and 4-star orbs yet.
No, also I used to spend a lot of time in Orbfest. Like I would actually refresh on Orbfests.
Yeah, so he's still drowning in money.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Oh god, it was such a good idea to do this all at once.
Wasn't it? It gets the salt out of the way.
This whips
so
ass.
if you have a bunch of bad rolls in a row...
I cannot believe I have an 8-star of Hope's fucking boomerang.
Well, luckily you have a whole bunch of people who saw it and can revel in that pain with you. I heard a sound effect that makes me worried.
Marsa? No! Okay, that's Pinello's burst. Is it burst 2? Resurrection?
Probably.
Last stand? Yeah, okay. Yeah, large amount of HP in last stand. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's got the white regen command 1. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, but Blood Sword is a better pool than the fucking boomerang. Okay. Here comes 11.
This might actually change your opinion on things, depending on what you get.
Yeah, it could. Alright, it's a 5-star. And... a glove?
Probably for, Prish?
Ah, it's Corellia LMR, which is chance to cover. That's okay. That's okay to just have.
Mm-hmm.
And I do use Corellia a lot because of her SSB, which is extremely good.
It's surprisingly useful. I actually had the same reaction you did when I got like, oh, this isn't so good. But once you get statted up, it's actually a decent piece of gear, and it can be surprisingly nice for her to jump in the way of someone just because she's tanky enough to take it.
Yeah, okay. Alright, 10. Which I also have a lot of stuff in.
Yeah.
Alright, that's something for Aron, which I don't have. That's an LMR for Aron.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, attack up, moderate, proportional to number of attacks.
Does it have any kind of elemental booster on it?
Nope. Chance to blind.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a cred pull.
Yeah. Because I think it's like 2% every time he's hit. Which, yeah, that might ramp up pretty quickly, but...
Let me phrase it. It's a cred pull because you don't have anything for him. It'd be more useful if you
I have his
did.
BSB.
Oh, okay. Then it's a little bit better then.
I have his BSB too, which is the good one.
Oh, okay. If it makes you feel better, newbie, the only 6-star I got was in 5, and I got a dupe of Bartz's Ragnarok, his OSB.
Alright, here we go. 9 is... Hell yes! I don't even care what the super is, because I know what that is. That's water boost and armor, baby.
Oh, so you got... Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's also a 50% attack booster, which isn't terrible. The only downside is it is a hat.
Yeah, so it's not super good for your offensive types, but it has a base attack in it rather than a lot of hats which don't. So
that's okay.
I'd be thrilled to pieces to pick that up because water booster is
that's I could slap that on Edge.
Yes, or Yuffie.
All right, 5-star for 8, and it is Gun.
But whose gun?
It is Laguna Super, his SSB-1.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's old. Oofa.
Yeah, Let's just move along.
It's chance to slow. Also,
not 100% chance to slow, just high chance.
Also, it's really weird seeing normal Squall again.
Who the heck is that guy?
I don't have a lot for 7.
Yeah, I was kind of excited for my 7 pull. It did not go as planned.
Alright, and we have something for Sephiroth.
Ooh, a nice katana?
That's Sephiroth Burst.
But which one?
Damn, that's Burst 1.
Okay. That actually has that defense piercing mechanic?
Yeah, but I think the multiplier on that is really low. It's alright. Masamune Shinuchi. Okay.
Do you have anything for Sephiroth?
I have his SSB-1.
Is that the one that gives the N element?
Nope.
Oh, well, shit.
That's the one that causes sap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, 6.
6 is 5-star and a brunch.
Oh.
And it is Burst 1, I believe? Yep, that's the last stand burst. The Star Prison.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I saw the brush, I knew what that one was.
Yep, okay. Nope, that's good. I like using Realm.
The intro is a little weird because Star Prison does 0 damage, but it has an attack on it. But the commands, it's a good BSB.
It's a good BSB.
This is actually one of the realms I got something nice because I picked up Kefka's Poison BSB in this one.
Hey,
poison, buddy.
For various definitions of good.
Look, I'll be honest, my 15 pull was really bad.
Okay.
Like, really, really bad.
Alright, now for the big one. Let's go 5. Alright. 1 5-star. That's a dupe, baby. Dupe Gilgamesh Super.
Oh, you got... Yeah, you got Faithful Companion.
Yep, that's a dupe, baby.
Oh, man, that was one of the very first SSBs I got in the game. I think I actually pulled that back in, like, Year 2 Fest, along with Cecil's SSB. That weird one that gave plus 300 HP. Speaking of Cecil.
Alright. 1 5. And we have...
Cane Spear, Cane Spear, Cane Spear.
That's an odd armor. I'm going to guess Theodore Elmar. Theodore Super.
Hey, that's good.
That's Infuse Holy.
That is a weird looking armor, you're right.
Hey, it's another thing I can use in videos.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 3. Three results in a 1 5-star.
Oh, rats, I was hoping for a disco.
And we have the Stave. And I think that's Cloud of Darkness BSB. Yes, it is.
Do you already have that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But you know what that is? Not another way. That is actually a darkness user that doesn't Endark or Imperil on their thing because damage reflect.
Yeah, she's... Remember, COD is weird about that kind of stuff.
Yep. I don't really hoot and holler about dark boosting stuff. I have so much dark boosting stuff.
Yeah.
I am the dark boy. Okay, 2. Give me some for Gordon. Come on.
If that actually works. Oh, man.
Oh shit, disco. I don't have anything 6-star in here, so this is new. That's a sword?
Furion? Or Leon?
That's Furion Ultra. That's double trouble, baby.
You have his BSB, right?
I have his BSB.
That's actually a wicked combo.
Nice.
Also, 6-star light boosting or holy boosting sword.
Yeah, because you know I'm not swathing those.
That's fine.
Remember, I'm the warrior of light.
FF2. You have light and darkness in you? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, and then speaking of warrior of light, let's see if I pick up something else for my fucking light boy. Yep, 5-star.
Maybe pick up something for the master.
I think that's Garland armor.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you'd pick up the maracas, actually.
Oof, that's Garland and Elmar.
What's his LMR?
It is a trance mode that temporarily
Oh,
reduces the ability of
yeah.
actions.
Do you have anything for Garland?
I have super.
Okay, that's a thing. That actually wouldn't be too bad to have because if you're pulling on any of the FF1 banners coming up, Garland's got a lot of stuff on those. All in all, that seemed like a pretty good pull.
Yeah. I didn't get
Not too many dupes.
I got a lot of LMRs.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, I got nothing else, and that was 3 hours 15 minutes.
Unless you want to stay up for another 5 hours, we're not doing this, and pull on the 33 thing.
Yep. So, for now, that's it for Banner Talk. I'll probably just upload this all as one big thing to YouTube. Yeah, I'm the Boomerang Boy. Don't remind me.
6 months from now, 9-star Boomerang.
So, there probably won't be a lot of Record Keeper streams for a tiny bit. Once everything is out for the fest, like all the different weird fest fights are out, which is pretty much, I think, hinging on Fork Tower coming out, I'll probably sit down and do a stream of every single fest thing. And probably do a couple more pools there. So, yeah, I look forward to that. And I'd like to thank you again, Chrome, for sticking around for 3 hours to talk about banners.
It was fun.
Yeah. And,
the polls kind of made me salty, but I'm okay with it.
And I'll see you all in another 3 months, I guess, for Banner Talk again. So long.
Have a good night, everyone.